Xvox Voice, the Xbox community. This is episode 91, and we're back for another crazy week of Xbox gaming news and all kinds of other crazy shit.
Was it really that crazy?
No. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's up to company.
depends on who you are. I think
We're
it's
about
crazy.
to find out.
But as you hear it, that's the one and only Vern. Thanks for coming.
Hello, the Golden Throat.
The
Hi.
Golden Throat. We also have Michael. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Hey, folks.
The one and only Tim Dog.
Peace out. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out. You leaving
gone.
us? Where are you going?
Peace, brother.
And Steve
Please
Rules.
don't die.
Hey guys,
Thanks
what's
for
going
coming on
down?
the show. All right, guys. Vern, let's go straight to letters.
Well, I need letters.
Oh, I sent you a letter.
Where'd you send them?
I always toss them to you in Steam because that's how you.
Oh, I'm opening up Steam. Just give me a
I feel
second.
I'm the one being yelled at.
It's
I
alright.
should have asked you before we started recording.
In 2 months, that'll be opening up Windows 10,
Yeah, exactly.
Xbox Live.
Oh,
It's happening. I'm almost here.
I sent you the second email, by the way. You should have 2 in your Steam messages.
Okay, let's see. The first one.
This is riveting radio.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. I got it. May 7th. Okay. Hey guys. With E3 not too far away, I wanted to get your thoughts on what games would you like to see that have not been announced. I always... I'm just being an idiot right now. Let me try to read this again. Here we go. Now I got it fully open. With E3 not too far away, I wanted to get your thoughts on what games would you like to see that have not been announced. I always hope to see titles such as Shenmue 3. I know it's never going to happen, but I can always hope. Phantasy Star Online 2, and a sequel or HD remake of Panzer Dragoon Saga. HoloLens seems like it is going to have a presence at E3. How would you like the tech to be used in Xbox gaming? Are we going to see the tech used in collaboration with our TVs? Or will we do away with the TVs altogether and let the tech project the screen onto the wall like what was shown at the Microsoft Build event? As ever, gentlemen, thanks for your time and keep up the fantastic work, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Big up to Steve. Always good to hear a fellow Brit on an Xbox gaming podcast. The podcasts on this side of the pond are mostly PS4, and the few multi-platform ones are by Sony fanboys. I sometimes catch a Twitch broadcast, but miss a lot of them too. Any chance of you archiving your shows so we can catch them at a later date? Take it easy, guys. Regards, Paul.
Aren't they auto-archived in the first place to Twitch?
On Twitch, archives for about 7 days and then takes them down. Because we
Okay.
are not a Twitch Premier partner, and I haven't started paying for Twitch, so we're not getting that 90-day support from Twitch.
Right.
We do
also,
archive everything on YouTube.
Yep.
It's usually up within...
couple days.
No, it's usually up within a couple hours. Because I record at the exact
Yeah,
same
that's right.
time that we're streaming, and I pretty much automatically upload it straight to YouTube once we get done recording. Now, it does take it takes a couple hours for YouTube to actually process it, even after I've uploaded it all to YouTube, because we're uploading a 1080p file.
3-hour video.
Yeah,
It takes a while. So to your question about the games that you'd like to see, all those are Sega games, which sounds great. But Sega has their head up their own ass trying to make Sonic again, like for the 8th time. And all the recent Sonic games have been critically panned. So, as much as, something like Shenmue 3 or a remake of Panzer Dragoon would be nice. That's kind of hard to say because, one, that's all Sega stuff. And Sega, like I said, is kind of lost at the moment.
You just gotta believe, man. You just gotta believe.
I'd like to.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
A lot of the people that are responsible for some of those games have moved around. They've shifted places. So seeing a new one would be rough. So I admire your optimism. I laugh at your optimism as well. At the same time, because I'm just that much of a jerk. But I think we can all agree that there's that this is
Well,
a question we get a lot, and we can all safely say that we're all like, you know,
Well, I
Gears
can
of
say
War,
why.
Crimson Skies. Those are
Yeah,
stuff
I
we
can
want to
say
see.
why the Panzer Dragoon Saga thing is never going to happen. Actually, apparently the source code for that game, the original source code for on the Saturn, was lost, like flat out lost. They do not have it anymore. So in order for that to get any kind of HD remake, I mean, they would probably have to either rebuild it from the ground up or emulate it without any real additions.
I mean, they had
And
to do that for Kingdom Hearts 1
mhm.
on PS3, so it's possible.
But that's a lot more popular than Panzer Dragoon Saga was. So I really don't. The only way I see it ever happening is if they figure out how to emulate it. And I think Saturn emulation is a lot better than it was in the past, but it's still not in a state where they could probably sell it and say, "Here's a finished product, use it." So I don't think that's happening. And then Phantasy Star Online 2. I don't know did you talk about it, Michael? I forgot.
No, I
Oh,
didn't,
yeah, okay.
but
Okay. But
PSO, I'd like it.
I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, that was supposed to be out already here in the United States, and it's not, and they're just neglecting it. I don't know why. It did pretty well in Japan, if I remember correctly, and it would do well here, but Sega is Sega. They've been stupid forever, and they're gonna remain stupid, as much as I love them.
He also
Oh,
asked about HoloLens too.
Oh yeah, I interrupted Michael though. He was talking about Gears of War. I'm sorry.
Well, it's like he was asking like, what do we want to see? It's like I think we can all agree we want to see Gears of War stuff. We want to see Crimson Skies, hopefully. But I mean, like all the writing is on the wall. It's just a matter of which pieces they circle and bring to the show. But in terms of like HoloLens, I mean, their obvious example is Minecraft because they stated legitimately, we did this. We purchased Mojang for Minecraft to use with HoloLens, right?
Mhm.
So, they believe in that technology. Do I believe in technology as a separate PC? Yeah, I do. Do I think it's going to work with all of the stuff that people would like to see it as? I don't know, because people are so obsessed with VR and all that sort of stuff, and this is something different. You have to change your expectations for what HoloLens is. It's not virtual reality; it's augmented reality, and making games to work with that and all sort of stuff's a difficult task in most cases.
No,
And
I think there's
plus-
certain things that it can do really good. Like, let's say you get your AR fucking headset on, and it does have a good field of view, hopefully.
That's
and
what we hope. Yeah.
you're sitting there and you're looking at your TV, and for some reason, instead of just seeing what's going on your TV, next thing you know, you see a grunt start using a fucking a plasma pistol, and instead of staying on your screen, it the plasma comes out of the screen, hits the wall, and creates a burning thing on the side of the wall. I mean, that's totally possible. Just because that would be a JPEG, it wouldn't be this, or it would be a GIF essentially. It wouldn't be a huge file, and because the HoloLens is, without a doubt, everybody says it does a great job actually mapping out the room. It wouldn't be the hardest problem of all time to do something like that. Now, I don't think you're going to want to see... I don't think you're going to want to use it to create a giant TV in your room constantly, because it is everything in one headset. It is a whole computer, and the battery life on that, I just don't know how well it would work if you're constantly looking at something that's very large. Like if you have something that's going to take up your whole field of view, essentially.
I think it's something where you have to try it out to really get, the first time you try it out, you'll have a good feeling of what you can and can't do with it. But, right now this is complete speculation, and, obviously they showed the demos. There's been something brought up by about the field of view, that it's not, but I think people thought they were going to be encapsulated by it. That's not going to be the case. It looks like it's going to, you'll have most of the screen, but you have to wait and see with the technology and actually try it. I'm hoping I get to try it at E3, so you can get an idea of what you can and can't do. I mean, for me, I think maybe I'd be like laying in bed just with the glasses on watching Netflix. But again, there's a lot of questions about how you're gonna get sound. I don't know if you're gonna have earplugs or.
No,
So
they actually showed that it's not earplugs. It's two little speakers on both sides that
Mm.
don't go in your ear, but it creates, and it's supposed to be amazing,
Surround sound.
like surround sound.
Sort of like the Oculus and all that sort of stuff. That makes sense.
It's
Well,
weird
I'm
because
looking
it doesn't
forward to
even
it.
encapsulate your ear. They're like right above it. If you go and look at photos, that they've shown the speaker system on it, and I hear it's extremely good.
I mean, it pretty much got awesome reviews, except for the one Verge guy who brought up
There were a
the.
few actually that brought up the
Yeah.
field of view, yeah. And I mean, it's still early. Who knows? Maybe the
Like his
field of view is
firmware, yeah.
greater. Yeah, hopefully it's greater by the time it's released.
I can't see it
Which-
being a small box though, like where it's just like I mean, I think it's gonna have to be something where it's at least going to satisfy you, where you're looking at when they did the demonstration on the wall, which Paul brought up in the letter, and he makes the screen big, like he makes it like a 60-inch screen. I don't know if that's really in real life application. I don't know if it's going to be like that, but again, it's the type of thing that you can't be encapsulated by the glasses, because if you look at the glasses that people are using on it, there is spots where probably, like my glasses right now that I'm wearing, if you're watching, I could see like right here is this, in this part of my view, this I can see my fingers. So I'm not completely encapsulated into the VR where, as Mike was saying, it's different than
Well,
than
like
VR.
people give VR too much credit right now because even Oculus's field of view has gone down more and more and more on later generations of it.
Apparently,
And-
the Steam headset's supposed to be awesome though, and that's coming out before Oculus now. I didn't even realize that Chobel, who's actually in the viewers right now, pointed that out. Yeah, he pointed that out to me, because I thought, hey, Oculus is probably gonna, take the crown because it's been the one that has the hype, but now it seems like the Steam VR, from all the at least previews from journalists, is a whole lot better,
Yeah.
and it's going to be coming out before Oculus. I don't know if it has the same amount of partners, but I mean, it's Steam.
Oculus has some serious backing of Facebook.
It does, but it looks like the technology is better for Steam, and it's coming out first, so that's a lot going for it at this point. We'll see if they can secure the partnership.
I had actually DM'd Phil about HoloLens, and he said that he's not as bullish as he says it's years away, years.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Now the question is,
He
some
said
people are
years
thinking
with
it's
the
coming
S
out.
in parentheses, so year. So you're looking 2 years for a killer app. So we're
Yeah,
a
but-
long time away.
But the question is when it's going to release, because there's some inconsistency in some of the reports that's saying at the time Windows 10 comes out, and others
No
are saying
way.
during the time frame of Windows 10.
I-
So I would assume it means during the time frame of Windows 10, so within
Yes.
like 2 years from now or something. But
Well, no, like right now, it looks like it's going to be out within 12 to 18 months. Not Windows 10's coming out a lot sooner than that.
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
coming out in
It's-
3 months. No fucking way.
Yeah, you're not going to see it then. You're going to see it in 12 to 18 months. You'll get a piece of hardware. If it has the field of view we want, nobody knows. If it's going to have... I don't know. It's like right now, somebody said it's like taking a sheet of paper and holding it 6 inches from your face. That's what the field of view is. And
That's pretty
that's
good. I
not
guess.
awful. Like,
No,
I
it's not
understand
great either.
why... No, but...
Yeah,
like,
but it's the
that's
first
not
iteration
awful.
too.
I agree.
First public iteration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if it's that, that's not too bad. If you can make it
It's probably not going to be
Yeah.
perfect. It's probably like when we first saw it, I was super hyped, but my hype has, dwindled down a little, but I'm still very excited about it.
I feel like it needs to be perfect before they launch this thing, though.
Yes,
I
they
don't-
do.
I would
Absolutely.
rather them take their time and not bring out a lesser version of this.
Then you
And-
get
and-
into things of how much you're going to spend on it, how much what
It's not
what
going to be
market
cheap.
you go.
It's
Yeah, I
never going to
agree.
be cheap.
I don't
No,
think it's. I think it's going to be very expensive. And as
Well,
for
yeah,
me,
it needs to be.
I'm fine with that. But
But if it's going to be expensive, it needs to be good. It needs to
Yes.
work. You know?
I think
I took the years away comment to be a bit more than 2 years personally.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think if it was a couple of years away, I think years
well, he
away
said that
was,
he said that you're going to see a killer app in years. So maybe it'll come out, and maybe there's going to be maybe this device. He says progress has been very good on it, but that
It's
killer
also, it's
app.
also not his department, right? He only is aware of it. He's not like
Well,
focused
he's
on
working
it.
on
he's
games,
involved in
so-
it, but.
Yeah, everyone's all everything. The thing
But
is, though, is that we've only seen it publicly once, right? Otherwise, it's just what gets talked about. So I don't think they're going to make that big of a deal of it at E3. I really hope they don't.
No, they're not. I
And,
don't think so.
I think we'll probably stick another Minecraft related demo or something.
No, but I think we'll
Um,
learn about field of view at E3.
Hope so.
I don't think it'll really matter.
I don't think
then.
they're going to go into
Because-
that. I think they'll just show a demo of
If it's
Minecraft.
still a year and a half away, who knows how different it's going to be by then. All that shit's relevant. All we're going to see is probably like some sort of idealized tech demo, and that's it. And if it takes way more than 5 minutes, it's going to start pissing people off. So I would
Agreed.
put it pretty likely into that category of display. Any more detailed, that'd be really interesting. Like if they have like a living room setup that you can try it out
I
in,
think it'd
that would
only
be
piss
cool.
people off that are hardcore gamers that only want games and nothing else. Like if
I'm sure people. will
no,
have
like
no
the
problem.
right now the hottest thing Microsoft has shown off in the last like 5 years is HoloLens. It's the only thing people fucking care about. Like the Xbox One's been kind of lukewarm. It's not, it's doing okay. But like HoloLens has been there. Oh my God, look at this fucking product. If this really works, this is a game changer product.
Mhm.
Now, if they can show a game that says, hey, like this is going to be the future of entertainment, it's going to be using a HoloLens, and it's just I think they can do more than 5 minutes without pissing people off. But I don't think they're going to sit there and do like an hour presentation
No,
on HoloLens.
absolutely.
They'll say they'll support it, and they'll show Minecraft, like Mike says. But I think you're talking about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Maybe a little
max.
right in the middle of the thing, and then they can't. If they want to play it safe, they just have to make it short and sweet with that, because they had the Kinect stuff, and that really kind of hurt them in previous E3s when they really, I remember they had that Usher out and stuff. So they just got to be about games, and and just kind of brush it along, be a little safe with it, in my opinion.
well, the problem with the Kinect stuff was that so much of it was not for the sort of core. I mean, if they, and they're sort of the people that would really want to watch E3 from a gamer perspective. Whereas, if they do turn up with HoloLens and they've got something to show, I mean, Joe Staten, one of the old Halo writers who's now at Microsoft, has got in his LinkedIn profile that he's working on HoloLens. We know they've got all these studios on it. So, if somebody can turn up and show something that is,
Relevant.
that's relevant to the show, then people probably won't be annoyed. But the
Hopefully.
problem is that I don't. My personal perspective, I said this before, is I just think it's too soon. Like the Xbox One's in a position where they need to be showing content that's coming out to make people buy the system, because at the moment, in comparison to the competition, they're not buying the system so much. So I just think that this E3 is too soon.
It's not the one.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that they don't have a choice, though, no matter. I think that this is coming in from above, that, you're going to show this, and it's going to be there. They already said it's going to be there.
And they
but-
just spent $2 billion for
Yeah.
Minecraft specifically for this
Exactly.
product. Like I don't think they
But
really
it's not
give a
gonna-
fuck what people think. It's gonna
Right.
they're gonna show something about Minecraft and HoloLens
100%.
at E3.
They just shouldn't be overbearing with it. And I don't think they will. I think you'll have a good, I'm interested in HoloLens, and I want to see it in games. I want to see, I hope they talk about it in, what kind of games or what they're looking to do. So far they really haven't talked about what their vision is for games other than Minecraft. I mean, you could see it in first-person shooters and stuff like that. I guess HUDs and stuff like that, 4K HUD. Like I said, I would like them to, if they're gonna bring it on stage, kind of talk about it a little. They're so cagey about talking about things and keeping things under wraps. I hope we get some information about it during E3. But again, you can't. You have to really. No, you have to. There's a fine line. You cannot. If it goes 20 minutes, people go fucking crazy. We know how that is. We're all going to be watching E3, and we're all going to be on forums, and people. The reaction is.
What did Powers go like 5 minutes in that PlayStation conference?
He went off cue.
He went on.
So it was longer than
You got to
that.
keep it short and sweet. That's the bottom line.
It was pretty short though, but it felt really long because of it just wasn't relevant to what people wanted. It didn't make sense to have it on there, and I just hope they don't spend too much time on HoloLens. We do have a viewer who wrote, "Tabletop potential is endless. BattleTech,
Yes.
Warhammer, Mansions
Oh my
of
God,
Madness,
yes.
X-Wing," and that's very true. D&D players would love this if they can get it to work correctly.
Yeah, Halo Wars would be awesome.
Although
Like
something about tabletops is like with D&D, it's all about making your imagination do it and not having digital things. But for stuff like Warhammer or BattleTech, oh yes, absolutely.
No, but even in D&D,
No,
if you
for
just
rolling
replace the
dice
board,
and stuff, yeah.
well, not
and the
even
board,
rolling
yeah.
dice, but just replacing the board where it's just everybody sees the exact same board even though they're not in the same house.
And placing people in a room with you would be really neat.
Yeah. There's so many applications that you could do with HoloLens, though.
Theoretically,
It's such
right now,
it really, again, it's like Steve says, it's very soon, and it's the type of thing too that I mean, you got to really try it, in my opinion, to really understand how to grasp it. Because right now, I mean, I think about it. The first time I saw it, I thought about it in one way, and now I think about it a different way. And obviously, when I try it for the first time, I'm going to have my own impression of it. So it's just really early. It's the nature of what we do, though. We talk about everything, but hopefully
we should probably start talking to Aaron Greenberg now about getting to see it, because it may only be for certain people that can go behind closed doors and play with this
I
thing.
already told them I want to see it.
I mean, it's worth mentioning. We've spent 12 minutes on it, and we have nothing concrete to go on other than what we've seen once. So we're interested. I think we can accurately say we're all interested, but we want to see more before we make a decisive judgment, as you should on everything.
Because we could love it too, and it could be $1,000, and watch the reaction you get there.
It's not going to be.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to be.
No, see, what's scary is if they make it $500 and limit the field of view down to nothing.
Oh, that'd be cheesy. No.
That's what nobody wants. Like, I want it to be expensive. I want it to be fucking great. Like, this product's not a.
It's not
Xbox
really for gaming,
accessory. Like, I want it to be a product on its own that's completely awesome. That has.
And I think they're
functioning.
positioning it like that, so that's good.
Yes. They are not saying this is for Xbox. They're saying that this is
No. I
a
know
thing
they're
you
not
buy.
saying it's for Xbox. They moved it on, but I don't want them to go, "Hey, we need to make it mass market by making it $400 or $499."
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
They can't be, "Hey, we need to make this a cheap laptop." Like that can't happen. I don't want to see that.
Right.
I want to see, hey, this is, starting out, it's going to be like $1,000. And then, maybe in the next year or two, we can get it down in the price. And you'll have better models going forward. Like, you'll just have different, it'll be almost like how the PC vendors do now. Like, you can have a ASUS version of the HoloLens that's built by them, or an NVIDIA version of the HoloLens, where, you just let third parties build it and they run Windows 10 on it and it does their own holograms. I mean, everything would be Microsoft priority, but, theoretically, since that's how Microsoft usually does their business, that's how I could see it happening.
He asked also about games. What we do know is Rare IP, Gears, most likely. I think there'll be a third party something in there. Maybe.
It's
We
a
really don't- we-
Battletoads,
We really
man.
don't know that much.
Yeah.
I wasn't even excited about Battletoads, but now I am after playing Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
I'm interested, as Guy said, Rare Gears, Twisted Pixel. I'm hoping that their next project is wildly
Press play.
different, and by wildly different, I mean good.
Good.
Yeah, press play, decisive
Internet high five.
games, decisive games. Who were that strategy studio that Kudo mentioned when they did the reorganization in March. Yeah, so there's a few things that should be there. Also, thanks to Paul for the shout out, another fellow Brit.
Yes.
It's good to,
Yeah,
always good to hear.
Briquet.
Thanks for writing in, Paul.
All's cool.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, and the other letter we have was actually from Chaos Dasher, and it's a code for Smite. So I don't know if we want to give that away now or give it away later in the show.
Oh, we
It's
can
for
give
the
it away
Smite
now.
beta. Okay, well,
But
I have it. I have it here copied. I guess what we
I
can do.
I can put it on screen. Don't worry.
How about first person who tweets? I mean, who writes that they want it in the chat gets it? Does that
I
work for you guys?
well, yeah, we could do it that way.
Yeah, that's the Smite code beta. So I mean, we can move on and wait until someone's in there who says they want it. But I think is that Twisted Shots TV? I think
Yeah.
he
Yes.
wrote. I guess he wants it. He's got a heart there. I don't know if that means he already likes it and has it, or if he wants it.
He's
he probably
buttering you
wants
up
it.
there, and he wants it. He's fluttering those eyelids, and
I can't tell.
just do it.
I can't tell. He's doing all sorts of weird emojis, and I don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
There's winks. There's tongues out. Everything. No.
Vern likes the tongue.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's part of the golden throat charm.
He's really confusing me. So, if we don't hear from Twisted, it looks like One Saint wants it. So.
Well, one Saint's good too.
I'm just gonna start throwing out emojis. I don't even know. Just like bam. Enjoy
Okay,
that.
it's Twisted who wanted it. Okay, he said he wanted it. So, you have won the code, Twisted Shots TV. It is yours, and thanks to
Jesus.
Chaos Dasher, one of our faithful listeners, for
Thank you.
giving us the code to give to our fans. So that's all our letters.
All right. Well, let's move on then. Let's move on. Let's talk about a Plants vs. Zombie game coming.
That's
early
awesome.
2016. That's right. Yes. I know there's this Mirror Edge game that they're saying there's a new one of those, but like it's not as big to me as Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies is fucking great. It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be more console-y, I think is the term they used.
Yeah, a bigger and better console experience or something along those
What
lines.
does that mean?
This was announced during some kind of EA meeting where they talked about their financials and all that stuff, and they just announced when Mirror's Edge and Plants vs Zombies 2 would happen, and then that's how we found out about Plants vs Zombies 2.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm telling you, I love Plants vs. Zombies, Vern. I love it.
but we know they're coming in 2016, is it?
Yes.
Yep.
But early 2016, like
Yeah,
quarter
Q1.
one. Yeah.
So they said quarter one
March
for
or
that,
April?
and they just no quarter one.
They don't mean fiscal.
Oh,
If it's
They
fiscal,
said
that's-
early 2016. Don't
Yeah.
bother with
Yeah.
quarters. Just
Yeah.
early 2016.
Well, if they're
Jeez,
talking
comment.
quarters in fiscal, then it's April. But yeah, like Michael said.
for Mirror's Edge though, didn't they say that it would be January to March, but then called it? They said it was this financial year, but then called it spring, so it made it sound like it was going to be between March 20th and March 31st.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking forward to Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, you're a big fan of that. Huh?
I really liked the first one. I actually still own it. I don't have many discs these days, but to be honest, it was actually not worth anything to sell it. That's why I kept it. But it's a good game. I'm looking forward to see what they do with the new one.
Play it.
So, it's great. The traverse was good. It looks really nice. Well, it looked really nice in 2008, wherever it was.
7, 8, yeah.
No.
When EA was just new IP, new IP,
Yeah.
new IP, new IP.
I like the idea about it. I just didn't think the execution was quite what it needed to be when I played it. I thought the controls weren't great, especially now that I've played Titanfall and I see how that traversal really should be done. So that's always been my gripe with Mirror's Edge, but I know it's got a core following, you know. So
it's just more Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare is always good for me.
yeah, it's awesome.
Oh God, I played it for free, and I spent some money on microtransactions because I was just like, I need to give more money to PopCap because
I
it
hope
was
there's
just
a campaign
so good.
though. It'd be really cool if there's campaigns for both sides, if they have the funding to do that. I mean, like short 4-player campaigns. I don't mean like big time story, but just something small. It'd be
No,
really
it's
cool.
got to be cinematic and
Yeah,
it's got
it
like
needs
a-
to be
a
like
story.
it needs to be the Order.
Oh, all right.
Let's not talk about the
I
order.
need like hours of
Actually-
cutscenes for Plants vs Zombies game.
Did you guys see the sales for that game? Oh boy!
What? I didn't see it. What was it?
Oh, it got leaked
it
on
was,
Gaff.
How much?
1886, right?
Was it like 576,000 or something like that?
worldwide at retail.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it does include digital, but the digital uptake is about like 10%.
Yeah. It couldn't have gone over
Probably
700,000.
600,000.
It got murdered in.
It might have been
reviews.
around
That's what happened.
650K or something right now. I don't know. But
Still too many.
destroyed.
Still
Yeah.
too many.
You imagine if you're on the engine team at Ready at Dawn and you're just sort of looking at everybody else like, what the fuck were you guys doing for 5 years?
It's like, our stuff was good. Well, it's just like, they had to
Okay.
make it so they could render the game in that.
We probably
sort
shouldn't
anyway.
kick them while they're down though, because I really do like Ready at Dawn.
But our game's really pretty.
Don't bully me. I didn't like that.
No, I am a fan of Ready at Dawn. Yeah, yeah, that was ridiculous that he said don't bully me.
And then he blocked me. I didn't even say anything bad to him.
The steak thing, was pretty good too. But I really don't want to kick them when they're down because I like them as a developer, and I hope they stay afloat.
Without
I
a
will.
doubt,
It was
the Order
bad.
Sucked. It was a bad game.
I don't think it was bad. The problem is that there was a lot of potential there, and they
On a scale of
they
bad to
so-
good, you're gonna say it's good.
No,
No,
I'm
it
not
leans
saying
more
I'm not
toward
saying
bad.
it's good. But the problem is that like there's so much potential there that they seemingly deliberately squandered in a really stupid way. But
I
there
don't
wasn't.
play potential. I play games.
Well, no, but there was
Chobo
there was good
corrected us.
stuff
It's
about it.
570K retail.
Oh, okay.
So
That made all the difference. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But
it's 4,000 copies. Huge.
But thank you. Should not to jump
So
down.
the core gameplay wasn't that it wasn't enjoyable. It's just that
Well,
it's
the
so
core-
split up and there's
oh.
not enough of it. And there's all the other things that
I
weren't
just
so good.
really wanted more areas where I fought wolves that fucking attacked me like
With the
worst
same
AI.
charge attack.
Yeah, and I couldn't wait to slow walk through another sequence where they talk to me. I mean,
There we go.
that's
We gotta skip over the order. No more order.
No
Done
more
with the order.
Okay,
And,
Yeah,
and there
no-
are people who say that Destiny's a bad game.
I will take
There are.
a cup.
Phil don't think
A
it's
spoonful of
amazing.
sugar makes the medicine go down, right?
I would need a truckload of sugar to swallow the order.
Oh,
And I
How
don't
you
need
said
diabetes.
that, where it's way too sexual. We're moving on, people.
I can't help it. Sorry.
All right,
Off the order.
Please.
just it doesn't
The game
matter.
sucks.
All right, Xbox One's Forza Horizon 2 gets more free and paid DLC. That's right, Alpine Stars car pack is out now. The add-on costs $5. You can get a 2015 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. You get a couple Corvettes, Jeep Grand, Wagoneer, an Audi. I mean,
I gotta be honest.
Four
I don't like the
cars.
way they've monetized Forza Horizon 2 lately. I don't like the idea of releasing more packs outside of a season pass, or not allowing the DLC to be part of the season pass either. I mean, I do like that the pricing has been good as long as you're a VIP. But
Yeah.
overall, I think it wasn't terrible, but they could have been a little better, a little more
There was a lot of content though. in the-
monetization. It is, and they're they're definitely keeping up with it. But it would have been nice if these packs were part of the season pass. Kind of feels weird that you spend all the money on one, and then there's 2 more that are released after. I mean, they did
But without a
deliver.
doubt, the season pass was completely 100%
It was awesome.
amazing. Even without these, you
And
got
they
your money
delivered what
worth.
they promised. They did deliver what they promised. But I still wish they could have made they would have made the last 2 part of the deals, part of the pack at least.
I don't think it's an issue. I think it's cool that even if they, it wasn't part of it, it's fine. They've given a ton. It's not like if they shortchanged us and then they were like, and these are going to be DLC. It's like, yeah, it's fucked up. But what they have given is insane. And the 5 cars you're getting with this, hey, you know what? It's $1 a car. Fucking buy them if you want them.
I hope they release like a $60 version soon, though, that includes all that stuff. Or
Game of the year sort of thing.
Yeah, but they probably won't.
They probably will.
Eventually. Like a year
done it.
later.
No, they did one for Forza 5 and it didn't include all that stuff, so.
Oh. Maybe not then.
So.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Chaos Dasher here. He says he thinks they sold a ton after the Fast and the Furious DLC. I bet they did boost sales.
They did good in UK, right, Steve? I know that there was
that has legs, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, Forza's always done well, but it's it's sort of kicking around in the charts. I think I can go and check this week's charts again, but
yeah, it's staying up there every week.
Yeah, it's good. We like Forza. It's just a shame that they haven't sold any Xbox Ones in the rest of Europe to sell them there as well.
It's why stuff like that Fast and Furious thing existed, is to get people into playing Forza 5 or Forza Horizon in the first place, and it works, as we have clearly seen. So is this going to make Microsoft go, hey, we could do more of this? Who knows? It takes a very specific game to make it.
I want a Fast and the Furious game, like not just a little.
You want
DLC
the whole game
thing.
like that?
Yeah, I would love a Fast and
like
the
the
Furious
nitrous?
themed Forza game. Yeah, that'd be great, man. That'd be a good third type series if they want to.
It'd be interesting to see them selling, not selling, but use it like what would be the right word?
Developing.
No, but like giving another developer the Forza engine to say, hey, go make a Fast and Furious game.
Outsourcing it?
Yeah, outsourcing is the right term. Would be just like, hey, here's the keys to the kingdom, use the engine, the physics, everything, and make a Fast and Furious game. But
I see what you're saying.
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare was basically a Plants vs. Zombies version of Battlefield.
Yeah.
Right. That's not a bad idea, to be honest. I mean, I like the Storm DLC.
Storm Island, yeah.
Yeah, I like that better than the Fast and the Furious. But it's not a bad idea, to be honest. Make it a cheaper game.
Sumo Digital would be the obvious ones to do it. They love races, and they did the Xbox 360 version.
Yeah,
so
that'd be awesome.
I've been saying for a long time, if they made a battle Forza where you take the Forza engine, then you strap machine guns to the cars, I would play it. I would play it in, like, have you ever seen Death Race, the movie?
It's like Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, yeah.
You mean full auto?
Full auto was like that, yeah.
I mean, specifically like the Jason Statham Death Race, where you have an armor and you have like a navigator and you can activate traps and all sort of stuff. I would play the shit out of that game because I love combat racing. So,
do they call it Forza or do they just call it something else?
You call it like Forza Arena or something like that.
Forza Death Race.
They're not gonna give up the Forza name. They're like that.
No.
Well, they're not going to let anybody use the engine on any other platform other than.
I think that's a really good idea, to be honest, because I don't want it to be screwed around with. I like Fast and the Furious, but I would like them to be two separate things. I would like my Forza Horizon 3. I don't really want that.
Oh yeah,
in.
that's what I was.
Yeah, but I think
implying.
that's a good idea. I mean, I don't know if you could outsource it or how you could do that, but it's definitely. I guarantee it would sell and it would be pretty cool.
Well, you could pretty much figure the next Forza Horizons can take place in Tokyo, and it won't be a Fast and the Furious game.
You really think they're actually going to make another Horizon?
Yes.
I don't.
After the way this one sold,
After this is
potentially.
old? Yeah,
I think this has legs. I think it's gonna keep selling. You
the
know,
very first
Forza's
Horizon had an
Forza's
amazing PR. It sold really well. This one has had even better PR. Like,
it always has legs. They've
yeah,
always had legs.
I don't see why they wouldn't do another Horizon.
Eh,
I
it
mean,
hasn't
I don't
I mean,
been
base it on it.
amazing on the charts.
I don't think it done that well in the US.
Yeah.
At least not compared to mainline Forzas, but that's
Well,
not
it didn't
necessarily
start, right?
a
Well,
surprise.
mainline Forzas didn't do well for a long time, and now they're
Mhm.
finally doing well. It's something you grow.
Right. But
It really
I,
does have
We'll
a lot
see.
of legs.
I
I don't-
personally think that they'll go and make another racer.
Me too. I'm agreeing with Steve here.
You think this is the last one?
Well, they could do
I don't think it'll be the
another
last
Forza,
one.
But
You think it'll be like a different kind of Forza, like a different?
I just think they won't
Well, they
make
could do-
Forza 3 next.
they
I
could
think
do
that'll be
Rally
something
Sport.
later.
Well, they're gonna have Forza 6, obviously this year, and
Or
then
no, of
next year.
course. Like mainline
Yeah, I mean,
Forza is going to
next year.
continue going, and that's probably going to always be on a 2-year cycle. The
Mhm.
question is let's say Forza 6 comes out this year. Next year they do Forza Rally Sport, do Forza 7, and then a Forza Horizon, and just
Maybe.
flip between Rally Sport and Horizon, and have them as like
But then they would each have, what, 4-year development cycles
3-year.
instead of. Yeah,
no, 2 would have
3.
3,
Yeah.
and then 1
Maybe
would be
3.
every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish
I
we
mean-
could get some readily information. Like, did it sell well? I mean, we don't really know, but I
don't
think it did.
I don't think it bombed. At least.
What do you think it's around? What do you think right now it's around? You're
I have
pretty
no
good at
clue.
this.
I have no
Well,
clue.
Steve,
I
what?
don't
Just
know.
give a ballpark figure. We obviously.
Chobel's watching. Throw it in chat. He might know.
Chobel,
Maybe
what do you
s-
think
He,
of me?
he
I
might
don't
know
know.
the MPD numbers at least.
Probably
didn't
just under
charge.
$1 million.
Yeah, 800,
And
900K.
that might be being a bit generous, maybe like 700K. But the thing is that like I think that because they've got all this stuff between 1010 and Playground with the engine, I don't think it's probably quite the same as other games. You know, there's a lot of asset recycling and changing that sort of thing, which helps them. I mean, at E3 they're going to unveil that Forza Tech, which is the engine that they've trademarked. So they've also got something planned.
What do you think is involved in that? Is it the direct?
I never heard about this. What's this?
You never heard
So-
of Forza Tech?
So there was a trademark that came out recently called Forza Tech.
Oh, okay.
And so GameSpot asked Microsoft what is it, and they said, you know, we've trademarked the name of the Forza engine and tools. You know, wait until E3 to find out some more.
Yep.
So maybe they've got something planned. And it is weird because normally internal engines aren't so much. I don't think they're sort of so publicly trademarked and discussed. I mean, I know Frostbite is, but that's kind of EA's poster child. Whereas, like, I don't think 343, this engine is, you know, it's,
No, it doesn't have a name or
done like
anything.
so, you know, it's not so public. So obviously they've got something planned.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that news. I thought they would just use the same engine that they were using, but that was pretty good. Pretty good news, you know, that they're going to have this engine. I'm assuming it's going to be DirectX 12. I know that Turn 10 is pretty much in Microsoft. They're pretty much considered the best coders.
Here we go. Chobel gave some MBT and PD numbers here. And he has 320K for the Xbox One version for 2014.
In the
Yeah.
US.
That's not a bad number considering Drive Club
No.
did hold 57,000.
Exactly.
It only did
Exactly.
yes.
57,000,
I
but
don't-
then it was big in Europe, though, right? I heard it
No,
was big in
well,
Europe.
they literally gave it away for free as much as they possibly could. Which,
Wow.
you know, bundles are a big tool for getting games to sell. But in Drive Club's case, I don't think it was so much, hey, let's buy a Drive Club bundle as, oh, I've bought a PS4 that's wildly popular, and it comes with Drive Club.
Right.
People weren't going out of the way to buy the PS4 for Play Drive Club. Now, in terms of this like Forza Tech stuff, it's entirely possible that they're looking to do something like have the engine available to developers to create Xbox games that would benefit from an engine like it. So maybe some sort of boat-focused game or something like that that needs
Gets made.
whatever it is.
I
I
like
don't know.
so you're thinking outside the.
But does that mean? Yeah, but this Forza Tech thing. Do you really think they're going to put water stuff in the engine? I mean, that would be
Well,
important
they,
for that.
they would
you know?
license the engine to a studio that's interested in creating something, and the studio
And they'd have
develops
to build on top
technology,
of it. Yeah,
which is like how a lot of
Unreal.
licensed, which is how
Yeah.
Unreal's doing it, where a lot of some of the lighting stuff that's in Unreal, like the lighting, the math behind the lighting was created by Lionhead,
Global illumination.
and then was put back into Unreal 4 to be used in general.
Yeah.
And this is a similar sort of thing that could happen where somebody wants to make like a boat racing game or something. I don't know, like maybe next Hydro Thunder.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe Project Cars uses it.
Yeah. But like I said, from what I've heard, that
funny.
they're the best coders in Microsoft, pretty much. Like they're the top.
I'm in
of the team.
343. Yeah.
Yeah, 343 is obviously their main competition, but like Dan
Greenwald.
Yeah, he's I heard he's a genius.
Well, they helped design the Xbox One, if I
Right.
recall correctly. So they know how to go for it.
I think Turn 10 are Microsoft's best studio at the moment. I know there was
Yeah,
the
me
bit
too.
of
Most
micro
efficient for
Well,
sure.
I think
too.
most I think like they can get the most out of the Xbox One with the racing game, but I just think they're the best.
I don't mean so much that, but look at all of their studios have got kind of some sort of blemish on their record recently. And I know there was a bit of microtransactions uproar at launch, but they fixed it very quickly. Apart from that, they've always hit their dates. They've always made great games. I don't think you could say that about all of the studios so much. All of them have got something where they're.
And it's very
popped up
few
somewhere.
studios can say that pretty much every single one of their. No, I think every single one of Turn 10's games are at a locked frame rate with no
They don't
dips
move.
ever.
Yeah, they
like
don't
it
move.
just sits there and they always look good.
Yeah.
I think that's an accomplishment many people can't put
Yeah,
on
look
their record.
look at Forza Horizon 2. That had 4 MSAA 1080p open world. I mean, it didn't move.
Well, that's the thing. Even the games that they don't develop, but that they're attached to,
Right.
they're making sure those games are amazing too. So, yeah, they're doing a good job
It's
at
a hell of
making
a
sure.
record.
Microsoft's doing a good job at making sure Turn 10's reputation is.
Well, they just
is
turned
solid.
10. They
Yeah,
just turned 10 years
Yeah.
old.
that's true.
And they didn't even celebrate it.
Yeah, I
Not
don't know
really,
what's
no.
going on with what's going on.
I was surprised that there wasn't like some Forza 6 teasing or something.
Agreed.
But it's weird because when they announced Forza 6, they said we'll show E3, and then when they started talking about the anniversary, sort of a couple of months ago, people said, "Oh yeah, I reckon they're going to release Forza 6 at the anniversary."
Yeah,
They
it sounds
could
like
have
they're
done
going.
that. They
It
could have
sounds
done
like they're
that.
going completely quiet though.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Phil
until
even got
E3,
nasty
yeah,
with somebody.
yeah.
He's like, I'm not admitting anything on Twitter. He said.
Until E3, yeah.
yeah.
So
So it's basically
we might not even get any of those like E3 lead up type announcements
No.
or footage like Forza Horizon 2 and Sunset Overdrive got before E3.
I think it's
so.
a blanket issued statement. I could tell. I talk to Aaron a lot in DMs. I can just tell. I'll ask him a question. Usually he'll answer everything. Well, he's not answering anything on anything.
Yeah, they're going dead silent. Everyone is. I mean, we're
There's
still getting
gonna
some
be-
leaks.
Good.
Found out the color's green.
There's going
Things
to
are
be
gonna leak.
It's good.
yeah.
I don't know if they can keep it
there's gonna be a
quiet.
huge leak.
I just want to know
You
if
know
the orange
something we
stripe
know?
is coming
Steve-
back
Steve
for
knows
Xbox
something.
Live.
I do not know anything. I just know the fact that either
It always leaks.
The thing is,
You
is
knew
that-
about Gears when we were talking about it 2 weeks ago. You didn't tell us. You knew about it.
But the thing is that either one or two things happens. Either they've got nothing to show, or there's a lot, and there's going to be a leak. It's definitely going to be a leak. I mean,
There
Gears
always is
Gears was
usually a
a
leak. There is always usually a leak.
I don't know if
The
Gears was a
Titanfall got
leak. I
leaked.
think Gears was the biggest mistake they ever did.
What, the leak?
The Titanfall leak was hilarious though because Game Informer was the one who did it. Screwed up. That was great.
Well, Seaboat literally posted the entire conference basically
He
about.
did a couple
on the-
days before.
I thought it was like on the day.
Oh, the night
then-
before or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last year, MCV, a UK industry paper, posted Crackdown 3 is going to be announced this evening. And it's like, why the fuck would you do that? I mean,
And then a few days before, was it The Verge who leaked the Master Chief Collection thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah, but
So-
all that, listen, you got to throw out a lot of that because that was all leaked in January on NeoGAF.
Sort of.
People were speculating about it for months anyway.
It was I was in that thread, and I'm sure you remember that.
Yeah,
thread.
but
He
it wasn't.
said-
The Master Chief Collection wasn't leaked in that thread. Halo 2 Anniversary
was
was
too. It
with
w-
ports of 3 and
okay.
4. We didn't
Yeah.
know the first game was coming. We didn't know all 4 games were going to integrate the multiplayer
Or be
They
broken.
also
or try to integrate multiplayer. Should I say.
It works now, Vern. It's okay to say that they integrated the multiplayer.
there's no tournaments. No tournaments.
All right, well, let's move along since we're not talking about Horizon 2 anymore. Xbox One getting TV DVR functionality, supposedly, which is pretty freaking awesome.
And I have a question about that.
Ask away. I
Is
would
it-
not.
We have
Okay.
the answers, Tim.
I can't find this answer, but I'm only thinking that that's going to be available with the coax, the coax tuner that you have to put it into. Meaning, with my Xbox One, I'm fed HDMI in right now from
Yes.
BIOS.
You could probably record anything that's fed in through the HDMI.
If that's the case, that's
I
big
don't think you
news.
will be able to do that.
I don't
Really?
think you
As
can.
long as it's like connected to the one guy?
I don't
don't-
think that's going to happen.
I
Not with
think it's just
HD
gonna be
because of
TV.
cable
I don't think they
companies?
will let.
Yeah.
It's going to be over the air tuner thing.
Now,
So
what they
might just
could
be
do
that, yeah.
is they could have a cable card USB dongle.
Right,
I
where
know
they
it
make an
sounds
agreement
stupid,
with the cable
But
company?
yes, where you can
That's not going to work. for me.
appease all the crazy people that still love cable cards that could just okay, this is what's happening at Microsoft. Microsoft is abandoning Windows Media Center. It's not happening. It's gone. It's over. They're throwing up, hey, there's
Done.
only like 2 of you motherfuckers left. We're done. Like, it's not worth the development price to actually work on Windows Media Center. It would be worth the development price to come up with a TV tuner dongle, or not a tuner dongle, but a cable card dongle. And that way people can hook their cable up right to the Xbox. It records shows as a DVR. And maybe the dongle also does over the air at the same time, and you can record that too. But I would very much doubt you're going to see
Yeah.
it record the HDMI in.
I'll get the regular over the air one though, for sure, if they do that.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about doing it too, because you can have 2 inputs off.
Because I use Hulu right now just so I can get my regular local channel stuff without having to DVR or anything. Or
Yeah.
I'd cancel Hulu and just do this.
Oh yeah, definitely. It would be a great option for local channels, and then you'd be able to get sports and everything else. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I would imagine that you're going to be able to choose what hard drive it saves to, so you'd be able to hook up, a second external,
separate one.
and then
That'd be
just
great.
have it all nothing but TV.
Mhm.
And
Cool.
what would be really amazing, because they've already showed off the functionality, is being able to sit at another Xbox and watch all the over-the-air, or another Windows 10 device, and be able to watch all your content while
All for
somebody's
that.
playing a game at the same time. Because they've already shown that anyway with streaming TV.
Yeah, you just can't change the channel currently.
Yeah, but it's a work in progress. It's whatever. Which this is going to be a great media center without a doubt. But we just got to wait to get there.
It's uncompressed too, just so you know. So usually, most of the providers that you get your television signal, not Verizon Fios is fiber. It actually is an uncompressed signal, but like Cablevision, Comcast,
Right.
it's a compressed signal. With this over-the-air tuner, it's an uncompressed signal, so you actually will get better quality HD than you would as opposed. So I'm probably gonna get it, just to, even though I got everything else hooked up. I'll just get it to try it out.
I know somebody said TV is dying. TV is alive and well. TV shows actually are starting to kill movies because you have stuff like The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. It's just things that movies have not been able to compete with because
Movies are not doing so well, does it feels like.
No, but even with something like Age of Ultron, it's easier for this to go, hey, we're gonna have 16 episodes of fucking Arrow, and I'm gonna be able to show you everything and have tons of villains, than it is to go, hey, we got to fit all this shit in a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, you're right.
So right now TV's killing it. Like TV has had a hell of a comeback.
These series are just really the.
DC just got another TV announcement on CW. I forgot the name of the show.
Or no, you're talking about the CBS, the Supergirl show.
No, CW.
Oh,
My
they got
wife's
another
watching
one
this Evolution thing.
Yeah, it's a third show in the same, Arrow
Vein.
Flash
Oh,
universe.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Brendan Brendan Ruth?
I haven't looked into this yet. I don't.
The guy in Arrow.
You talking about
Plays Adam. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be in it, and so is the sister lady who died, whatever her name is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. But
You don't know what I'm talking about.
look,
Did you know you gave a spoiler?
but the whole point is not CW. but
Legends,
TV,
yeah, that Legends show.
TV is doing really well right now. Like
Absolutely.
Like the demise of TV has been greatly overstated. Maybe people don't like to admit it, but fucking you have Better Call Saul, you have fucking so many good TV shows on right now, and it's miniseries that have really been doing it well.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's going to be great to be able just to say, hey, I want to be able to record the Flash, Arrow,
have
or
it on
whatever,
your external
and have it on my
hard drive.
Xbox.
Yeah, and then get Sling TV, and you got everything, and you don't have to go
Yeah.
through a cable provider.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing is, when you go with the HDMI too, there is HDCP rights on the television, so I don't think that you can
Right.
do that. So I think you can all. It pretty much is. I was hoping that, but I kind of knew. But I think it's only over the air. It has to be because I know that they are restricted, the providers, from. You can't just record it. You couldn't do it on Windows Media Center anyway. That would tell you, would allow you.
Well,
Or
the
you run it
cable
through
cards
Windows.
would let you record HDCP. Like that. That's why people
Right.
loved Windows Media Center so much, is that it did.
Right.
And with them going away, people won't have that option.
Unless they get this thing, right?
Well, we don't know what this thing is. Hopefully, it does have a cable card dongle, and then people will be able to do that.
I haven't installed a cable card in a year and a half.
Yeah.
I used to install them a lot.
But by law, cable companies still have to offer cable cards. It's one of the, it's just something that happens. But you look really weird when you come in and you go, hey, can I get a cable card? And then the service rep's going to be like, you want what?
Yeah. I hate putting them in.
Yeah.
They're
But,
annoying.
it's... Get ready to put them all in Xboxes, Tim.
I'll actually like that, but
I can't remember the last time I actually sat down and watched TV. I mean, I'm watching this current season of Archer, but I'm just kind of want to wait for it to come out like a digital service so I don't have to bother. So, if this allows me to eliminate that, but like sort of get back some of the functionality you get with TV, maybe I go for it. But I really don't watch that much television
You don't,
programming
right?
anyway. So
what about your friends in your age group? Are they the same?
yeah, we're pretty much all digital
cutters?
consumption. Just
Cord cutters, right?
Netflix and Hulu and YouTube.
So if you guys got a, let's just say an apartment or whatever, you wouldn't really get a cable box, or maybe one,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You don't need
Yep.
it, pretty much.
No. Just get a modem. Modem is high gas.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's
I
pretty much where it's going.
I can't do Hulu. I'm sorry. I've tried.
It's just not that
Hulu's
great.
garbage. It's just not good.
Pay the premium price. You still got to see a lot of ads. No, thank you.
Well, that's why I think over the air on Xbox is better, since you can, as long as they
Especially
have
with
this
DVR.
functionality, you could just DVR it, then fast forward through the commercials and
No Hulu.
get rid of Hulu altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on. I hear we have some D4 news.
Yeah, there's some D4 news. It's being released on PC June 5th. It's for $14.99. I'm not sure who the publisher is. Maybe Steve knows the
It's
name of the
Play-
publisher.
They're called Playism, I believe.
Playism. Okay, it is Playism. Okay. Yeah, it's
they're
being being
Japanese
released on Steam, the Humble Store, GOG, and Playism. So I guess they're publishing it and they're selling it directly on their service or something.
Mhm.
But so yeah, that's coming. $14.99, and Swery has also teased a couple of screenshots from episode 3 of season 2. So if he's that far into development on it, that means it's likely coming. So everyone go and buy this game
It's a
on
great
Steam.
game.
if you already have it on Xbox One, get it on Steam too.
I finished
Show
it
that
before, to be-
double dip. Show that we care about this because I mean, if this does all right, we'll get the season 2, and I would assume it would come out on Xbox
Is he
One as
working
well.
on it? Is he working on
Yeah,
it?
he's working on it. He already, like I said, he leaked 2 screenshots from
From another. Oh, that's great.
from episode 3
He
of season
leaked
2.
2 screenshots.
You know what I mean?
Come on, he released them.
You know what I mean? They're more like official screenshots as far as like, hey, these are for press. You don't
Well, that's
release
really
that.
good news because that was to my surprise. I love that game. It's one of the best utilizations of Kinect. I've really.
I think it'll work well on PC with a mouse though, if they can do it right.
You could do it.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy about that news. I didn't know
So
that. I thought it
hopefully
was
that
dead.
means hopefully that means the next season comes out for Xbox One as well as PC and not just PC though. But it looks like it's going to happen. So maybe it'll be an
Good.
idea at Xbox title for the second season or something because I don't think Microsoft's going to publish it again.
Yeah,
But
I can't imagine they'd be funding it.
yeah, but I think it's good news for people who are fans. So show your support, get it on PC, double dip.
It's a good game. Very funny.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
To me.
So you got some more news, Dustin?
I'm an idiot. I was muted. And
know,
I'm total
that's right.
moron. All right, Destiny adds new weapon type, a sidearm. People, that's right. There's
Oh, Mike's gonna
more
go
Destiny
crazy.
news.
Looks cool.
Michael, any
Go on,
thoughts?
Mike. I'm putting mute on right now. Listening.
Any thoughts?
Well, I mean, it was revealed yesterday during the live stream where they showed off the survival mode where you do 5 rounds of 3 waves, including a boss wave. And people have been asking for more types of weapons and stuff like that, so they're adding what is essentially a hand cannon that does less damage but fires faster. Well, it's just a pistol basically, but you see if you're seeing it right now, it has an element to it. It's got like a special little denotator that they parse over, and it looked really cool. But the guy they invited on the Twitch stream was yelling his head off, so it didn't really matter. But as long as they're adding new stuff that people want, stuff that people enjoy, it's fine. Go for it. The thing they added though, the thing they showed off, the Prison of Elders. Oh my god! Oh, it looks like a challenge. It's a lot of games have that survival mode, right? But this thing they have like modifiers they add to it, so it reminds me of Mad Moxie's Thunder or Dome, whatever it was. I can't remember what the exact name was from Borderlands, the first one. So I'm cool with it. Hopefully, there's more stuff like this because they had like a primary sniper rifle, they had a primary shotgun. Who knows what's next?
And you're still actively playing it, right?
I got back into it recently. Yeah. Just to get my feel, get
You
the
have a
controls
problem.
back.
I want to get back into it. I want to finish the first expansion stuff and play the next expansion. That's a fun little game.
It's Phil's favorite game.
Yeah.
It always concerns me when I see all he fucking does is play Destiny.
That's all he does play, man. I even make jokes to him.
He's a
I don't really
Bungie
like it.
fan, you know.
He's desperate to get them back on
He plays
on
it.
the
Yeah,
Xbox side.
he is.
He probably
plays-
didn't want to lose him.
No,
Yeah.
he plays it on
is.
360 too. I've seen him.
Gotta get both those achievements. Got the unchecked characters. Got to make sure you're ready for both. So when they add more achievements, you can get them in both, man.
All right,
It's probably like, hey, can we buy you guys again?
let's move to the
Hey, look!
next.
I got all your 360 achievements.
Move on, people. Let's talk about Minecraft. Xbox sells 20 million copies. That's right. On Xbox
Is that across
platforms.
360 and one?
Yeah, that's both.
Uh.
Which is still fucking insane that they've sold 20 million copies of fucking Minecraft.
It is
Wow.
a phenomenal number. The 360 edition is number 5 in the UK charts this week.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. The 360 version, it constantly outsells
Everything.
All
It's
the
just
kids
a
play it.
juggernaut.
version.
My nephews play it and they're obsessed about it. Still, I hate it, but it's like I don't know. They love it, man. Love it.
But yeah, Minecraft is a juggernaut that nobody will ever understand It's just
Just the
gonna
kids
keep going.
understand it, though. I mean, they're talking about the younger kids, but
Do they
No,
though?
no.
I
Do
don't
they
know. My
understand it?
nephew,
Look, hey,
who's
just
9.
real quick, Tim, Michael. If you go on any fucking tutorial on YouTube to try to figure out something in Minecraft, it's always a fucking 7-year-old kid. So kids
Yeah.
understand this fucking game.
It's easy, guys.
Well,
Let me show you how to do it.
I didn't ever understood it until my 9-year-old nephew, Thomas. He shows me. He goes, listen. He shows me his whole world. When I you know, like when I tell you my jaw hit the floor about how much stuff he did. He had a house for me. You know, he had you just his world was just honestly. I could not believe how much time he put into it, and he is completely obsessed. And his friends are, and they go in their games. And he was telling me that they went into his game and they bombed his thing. I guess I don't know. Is there something that you could crash the world? And you know they're really into it. Like like I know I'm a passionate guy, but I could see their passion. So I mean, he's just like every day he talks about it. He'll call me or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah. But it's literally Legos on crack. I mean, it's just fucking beyond anything people thought it was going to eventually turn out to be. Like, everybody knew Minecraft was a hit when it first came out. It was like, yeah, this game's going to be big. Nobody expected it to be this big. Like, this is insane. But yeah,
he's like passionate like where we are. Like I mean, he like.
Oh no, of course, yeah.
Like
yeah.
he knows everything. He knows the developers. I was just like, I could not believe it.
He knows how to properly pronounce the developer's name, which is Mojang.
Yeah, he knows
right.
everything. He turned 10. He's on Twitter actually. He shouldn't be on, but he is, and he's talking to all.
Is he
of
just
them.
like you, Tim? Is he yelling at
No,
people that are
he
like?
doesn't. He's funny.
What is the Sony equivalent of Minecraft? If Microsoft's Minecraft,
Um,
I don't think they're.
know.
I
Little
guess
Big
he
Planet.
yells at Terraria
Little Big Planet.
fanboys.
maybe that
Fucking
game with the
Sylvies.
fucking the children.
Yeah, the chill. Yes, the
Whatever
game.
the fuck that game-
Tomorrow Children.
The
or whatever
Tomorrow
it's-
Children. I don't understand that.
Does he
game,
get in
but-
Twitter wars with those people?
No, he's actually he just is all about Minecraft. He was worried about the Microsoft. He actually had called me. He's like, "What's going on? They're gonna screw it up. They're gonna screw it up." You know. He was like,
You're
I
just
was
like,
having,
they're buying it for HoloLens. Don't worry, they're buying it just for HoloLens.
I just told
so-
him to not worry. That
Chaos Dasher in chat. He's got a good question. Do you all think it will become Microsoft exclusive?
Yes.
What, Minecraft 2.0? Yes.
I
I
don't
think it
think
will
so.
eventually. Yes, just not now.
If they've got any common sense, yes. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if Satya Nadella would agree so much to this huge acquisition and sort of pulling PlayStation support, which I think they probably, in my opinion, they should have done. But
I think they are. To be
maybe I'm a
honest.
bit of a bastard. So
They'll probably play it once people realize that nobody plays on a PlayStation in the first place.
Once it goes to dedicated servers, I think they'll pull it from PlayStation.
Well, I
Or
don't
they
think
won't
they'll pull
support
it.
the
They'll
old
just
version.
not. They just
Yeah.
won't give them.
Yeah.
They just want to
I
do
think
it.
that they're looking to exasperate the whole entire market. They're going to be on everything. That's my opinion. Knock it down. I'm pretty
Yeah, but
sure.
I think what'll happen though is they'll want to require use of Azure or something on the PS4, and then Sony won't allow it or some shit like that, and then it won't be on PS4.
that's
They'll
possible.
find that's how it's
Sony
gonna
would
go
say
down.
it's
Is my
not
guess.
good value or whatever. They would-
Yeah, exactly.
Sony would be
The fish would
dumb
defend it.
to like. We don't want to use Azure. Like that. That's going to happen no matter what. Like you can't.
Yeah,
you
they'll
can't
block it.
not have.
I don't think
Minecraft
they
on your
would block
platform.
it.
You don't? I think they would.
No,
Right.
I think they would totally be
With
like,
the way
yeah,
they
we'll
acted
do
with
it.
EA Access, yeah, I think they.
Well, and Phil would
Yeah,
probably
but-
say it's okay too.
No, but out at the end of the day, Minecraft is too big not to have. It would be like
Yeah.
saying, well, we're going to give up having Madden on our console. We're just not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, but what if they have
When Nintendo
Microsoft
gave
all
up,
over the screen
man.
when it loads up, and they talk about
well,
the
I mean,
Microsoft cloud servers, and it's just Microsoft everywhere when you're playing Minecraft on your
hey,
PS4.
it comes at a risk,
Well-
but at the same time, PS4 is doing wonderful. So it
What could they
even
do?
if they have to have a Microsoft load screen on it, it's whatever.
what what could they do? What I mean, like I said, I'm not really a Minecraft guy, but what could they do? What do you think the fans want in the 2.0? Minecraft.
dedicated
Yes.
servers. Yeah, with
Well,
dedicated servers with
pretty
persistent
easy to do,
worlds.
right?
No, with persistent worlds though. Where you could leave
You
your
don't think
world,
the
someone else can
graphics
go in.
change?
It'll all be well. Obviously, they'll change some things, probably more with like size and all that. But they can't change too much as far as the graphical looks concerned because it's Minecraft. That's what people like.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think dedicated servers with persistent worlds is
And
the big next step.
these consoles couldn't handle high res texture packs. I
Mm-mm.
hate to say, they're not.
Really?
People want to talk about, oh no, because all right, on my PC, I can get my PC to start chugging a little bit if I use 1024. Well, they have higher. You can get like 4K texture packs for Minecraft, and it literally just makes everything look realistic to the point
Really?
it's insane. Yeah, but at the same time, you're doing those textures on every single block in view in the world, and it just bogs down your computer.
Mhm.
And there's no way the Xbox or PS4 could handle it, no matter what anybody wants to say. But at the thing they could do is they could have dedicated servers and be able just to say, hey, I want to.
Why can't they do that now? Why couldn't they?
Well,
Why?
because they're going to save it for Minecraft 2.0. That way, it's not on PS4.
They're not going to.
Or no, they don't have to do it. They don't have to save it for PS. Like let's say they say, hey, this version of Minecraft, you know what? The PS4 version, we're gonna update you for stability, but that's about it. We're not adding features.
Yeah,
While the Xbox One version, hey, guess what? We're adding dedicated servers only on Xbox One.
possibly. Yeah.
Do you
I-
play it, Dustin? I'm sorry, Steve.
Oh
go
my
ahead.
God, do I play Minecraft?
Wait, did you ask if
Jesus
Dustin plays
Christ.
Minecraft?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like your nephew.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I play a shitload of Minecraft, and I'm a fanatic. Like, I love Minecraft. It is the best. It's my savant game.
You sound like my nephew. For
It's
sure.
just it's a great game. It literally is playing fucking Legos. It's perfect. And then you can play survival if you don't feel like playing creative and go on an adventure, or you could kind of do whatever the hell you want into it. Like right now I built a giant pyramid to replicate Bear Cub and Sky Pyramid, and I literally built a town around it, and I have a bank that has a vault that actually works with metal doors, and I have all kinds of secret passages, and I like to build with redstone and like
secret passages. He has them too.
yeah, you got
With
to.
little bombs. What's the bombs all about? He showed me this secret
Well,
passage
see, my
to a
awesome
bomb.
secret passage is you're walking down a hallway and you'll step on a lever, and the walls will enclose you,
Yeah.
and the floor will open up and you drop straight into lava, and that way you can't get the fuck out, and then the floor closes you back in and you die in lava. Like it's just awesome. So you have to know how to walk through the passageway. But yes, you just do crazy shit like that nonstop in Minecraft, and it's so much fun. It's addicting. But
What was Steve saying? I interrupted him.
I don't think that they're going to do an actual Minecraft 2.0. Like it's going to be one of their poster childs for games as a service. All they'll do is not all they'll do, but what they'll do is they'll get the PC version so that's running off Java, and then they'll have the Xbox One and Xbox and PC versions run off the same code. So you'll have cross-play, you'll have cross-buy, all that other stuff, and then the PlayStation versions will probably just sort of eventually just get left as they are. But Sony have obviously got a contract with Mojang, which Microsoft would have to adhere to, I'd guess, and are probably happy to do so, especially as it's obviously selling really well on PS4.
yeah.
Game don't stop.
But
No.
that doesn't mean they're going to add all the same features. You're going to see these games diverge between. Yeah, I mean, you already are. You're seeing Xbox. Originally, you were seeing updates roll out about the exact same time, if not faster, on PS4. Now it's, it comes out on Xbox One, and the PS4 version is a couple weeks behind. And I think you're going to keep seeing that over and over and over.
I don't think that they're ever gonna. I don't know. I think that they do seem quite happy to be on PlayStation. My personal.
Well, I'm not saying they're abandoning
expectation-
PlayStation. I'm
No,
just saying
but-
you're not going to see dedicated servers on PlayStation. Like they're gonna have features exclusive to Xbox. but
Yeah.
not. They're not going to cut ties. It would be stupid to cut ties.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go too far off of feature parity for it. I don't. I just like I think that they should, in my opinion, if they want to make Xbox sell better. But I don't know, something about it just makes me think that they'll just support the PlayStation versions pretty much like the Xbox versions.
They'll try to, but Sony won't let it happen. I'm telling you, man. That's what's gonna happen.
My opinion is,
But why?
that
But why would Sony not let it happen?
Because they don't want their games on Microsoft servers. They're weird like that. Look what they did with the whole EA Access thing. They're gonna make some kind of stupid decision like that because they're Sony, and then they won't have Minecraft.
Look, I've been doing it all week, and I'm going to say it here. Hashtag Sony knows best.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I think Minecraft is. I don't
too
know.
big.
It's the gateway to the next gen. The next generation of gamers are going to be very different. Like they should squeeze as much as they can out of these mature AAA franchises because not many of them may well end up lasting. Like I don't think I think Sony will recognize. This thing is that you've got to bear in mind is that it's not Yoshida in control of this. It'll be someone like Adam Boyes. And Adam Boyes, I think, as much as he's got a bit of a grin, not much of a fan of, is that it seems to be a very astute businessman. He knows what Minecraft is. I bet you he probably on the Sony side said, "Hey guys, we should try and buy this. We should try and buy this." And I think that if Microsoft say we want it on Azure, whatever, he'll probably turn around and say, "That's fine," because it will still be on there and it will still.
I think it's like I said. I think the only thing exclusive will be the HoloLens Minecraft, but anything else is going to be pretty much supported across all devices, including PlayStation.
It's like Cliff Bleszinski said earlier this week. He thinks that Microsoft underpaid because they bought the adoration of a generation. Right? There's just so many people that they can move where they want because of the decisions they make because of Minecraft. So
who said
the potential's
this?
there. Cliff Bleszinski.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's probably now that we look back, what's been maybe 6 months, it looks like a good deal, right?
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, without a doubt, it's going to pay for
I
itself.
thought it was a good deal from the beginning. I mean, we had a little
It's going to pay for itself, and they're going to. The thing about Minecraft is what people don't get is Minecraft isn't a, hey, we all played it and we're done with it game. It is literally, hey, your kid just turned 6. You should buy them Minecraft. And literally generations are going to grow up playing Minecraft. It's going to be, it's Lego. It's literally, hey, you're old enough for Legos now. You're old enough for Minecraft now. Here's a controller, play, enjoy. And that's what Microsoft bought. And that's worth $2 billion any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Because now anytime a kid plays that game, it's going to have a big-ass Microsoft logo on it. They're going to be like, yeah, Microsoft makes the fucking game I love.
And there's also merchandising, and there's a movie, and there's a lot of stuff that comes along with it.
And
what about
all of these millions of people, millions of kids are all going to have gamer tags?
Yep.
That may be perhaps where Sony may object, is that if they try and get gamer tags on PlayStation, like the Economy ID, something separate, they may object to that. But you have all these, how many copies it sold, like 40, 50 million, and all of these people have an Xbox gamer tag.
It's one of the best-selling games of all time, and it came out in the last 5 years.
It's still going.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not a big fan, Mike?
GTA 5. No, I
think Michael, if he was like 10 years younger and started, he would.
Oh my
hooked,
god,
but
I would not play anything else but Minecraft. I just don't give a shit.
I think older people that you had to like get into it and be into Minecraft. Like, don't get me wrong. The 25-year-old guy that was sitting there looking at indie games is the guy that made Minecraft big. He really is. That's the guy that made Minecraft what it is today. But it literally got taken over by 6-year-old kids and 7-year-old kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is why every single tutorial on YouTube is literally a 7-year-old kid going, hey, this is how I built something in Minecraft. Check it out. And you can't beat that. And that's something Lego hasn't been able. Like, you always had your friend come over. It's like, hey, look, I made this, this awesome spaceship. but now you can post it on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
show millions of people how you made a redstone fucking computer that actually does computations. It has an actual UI because it has a GUI, and that's fucking insane. Like I made 8 bits of RAM today by sitting there and literally manually programming redstone.
Now, granted, that's probably someone's a bit older than a
No,
kid
but
who's-
still, that's
it's an
there.
incredible feat. It's an incredible feat. But in terms of Minecraft, like I played it 1.7 beta, so this was years ago, right? And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then I built a house, I had a farm, and I sat there and I went, now what? And I haven't booted it up since. I just don't care about building shit that really has no bearing. And I mean, granted, you can make the same excuse about goddamn any game. Like, why am I bothering to grind in Destiny? Because there's always going to be something new to do. Once you finish building that house in Minecraft, they release a new update, got to make a new world. I don't have to make a new world when they patch Destiny. I just adjust to the changes.
Well, you don't really have to make a new world for
nowadays.
Yeah.
But back when I started playing it,
you had to keep
that was like, why should I even bother caring? Because I'm very attached to what I do. So the idea of losing that progress, 3 weeks of my life to nothing, that doesn't sit well with me when it's supposed to be entertainment. That what's supposed to work with me. If that doesn't happen, I'm done. Like if it's for work, if it's something like realistic, and like my hard drive gets wiped, and I go, well, shit. But I have backups. You can't back up your Minecraft progress and get all the new shit. So, people love Minecraft to death. They mod it. They do whatever the fuck they want. Awesome. Have fun. Not my cup of tea these days. Maybe if I have a kid, yeah, sure, I'll sit down and play with him or her. But right now, no.
I'm bored with all this talk of Minecraft.
I want to talk about more Minecraft.
get.
I can't wait for dedicated servers. And that way I can literally put my amazing world. Because Vern, you haven't seen my world lately. But I just added about twice as much roadway to start building more towns.
Nice, man.
It's going
It
to be
seems like a
amazing.
game that you could do a cloud compute with too. Like use the platform that way too. Like have computations in the cloud. You talk about texture packs. Go pretty far with it.
For like destruction?
I don't know, whatever.
Like
yeah.
TNT can be very taxing on a Minecraft game. Trust me, I know, because I've used a shitload of TNT.
For scripting
Yeah,
AI
it's
in your
interesting where
world.
they're gonna go though.
But all right, let's move on. We got one last bit of news that I want to talk about. It wasn't covered much. I know Tim pointed out that it wasn't covered much, and he was very upset. And I was upset
Still, I'm
too.
upset.
Yeah. And you know what? Looking for news today, there wasn't a single article about it
No, it's
from any website. Nobody
crazy.
has covered
That
this.
just blows my mind.
But in-game DVR on Xbox One is now high bit rate and 60 frames per second. So it is literally 10,000 kilobits per second for your bit rate, which is fucking... It's better than what I'm streaming right now on Twitch. And it is 60 frames per second. So all that... Remember how you would record something on Xbox and it would have like blocky things to it, and it looked alright, but it was kind of like, it's not bad, but it's not great. I wouldn't use it to really put up on anything on YouTube. Well, that has changed. And it looks fucking fantastic. Like, it looks a little bit worse than an Elgato.
Yeah. Crazy177's been going nuts about this on Twitter, actually.
I agree with you. I have no idea why this wasn't covered. That's pretty big.
Well,
Crazy177, that's who I was talking about.
Yeah, so I know. Yeah, well, I really went crazy first, and then people started.
People were like, "We gotta follow Tim's lead."
No,
Let's-
but I did
grab
go
the flag.
crazy. I went bananas. I just don't understand why, very
it's
small
bullshit. It
sites
didn't
are
get
picking
covered.
it up.
Well, they haven't announced it, and I'm pretty sure that the rollout was somewhat of a mistake because they said on the preview forums that Thank you for your feedback, everyone. I would like to mention at this point that Microsoft has not made any public official announcement on this. All content that is out there about this change is speculation and fan-created content. Your official source for news about Xbox are Major Nelson and news.xbox.com, and for preview testers, the preview forums. Thank you for your time, blah, blah, blah. I don't think...
Well,
They didn't announce
Officially,
it.
don't
They
know what
didn't
they're
announce
talking
Or
about
no,
because
but
it's not
here's
official.
the thing.
they still
It's like
went on
saying,
rumors.
it's like saying,
Well,
it's
official,
not
but
a rumor.
they've
It's
jumped the
not.
gun.
They might not have come out, but if I'm a gaming news site and I'm supposed to be a gaming journalist, if somebody starts saying, "Hey, if you record a video now, it's now 60 frames per second on if you're in the preview program," I'm not going to sit there and go, "Well, that's not
cool.
news." Until they actually sit there and tell me it's news, it's not news. That's not what a games journalist would do. They would go, "Wow, that's pretty fucking cool. It's high bit rate. It's this and that. That's news." And you would write an article about it. Nobody's done anything. They literally just said, "Well, no."
Well,
Nobody
I'm
said
sure
anything.
we're not
they're
talking.
actually
Nobody's
aware
picked it
of
up yet.
Are we sure
Not
they're
one
actually
person has
aware of
picked it up.
Because it wasn't. I know it wasn't. It was only working for certain clips or something.
Certain
So-
users.
No,
if-
it's
Certain users, yeah.
If you don't, and the thing is that Upload Studio 2.0 was in sort of closed private testing for months before they actually announced it and released it. So I think that nobody's written about it probably because they don't know about it, and also because they didn't intend for people to actually have it yet.
no,
That's
I
the
understand,
assumption.
but
Yeah.
it's like, well, they didn't intend to have anything. But if I'm a journalist,
Mhm.
we see the videos coming out, we know it's happening. Why not write the article?
Does this mean I should write about it for my website?
You probably should.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? Like, this would be like, well, there's no such thing as like whistleblowers are all bad, and we should just wait for PR releases.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, like if you see a feature, if it leaks, you talk about it. Like, you don't
It's
just
'cause
sit
it's-
there and
I
cover
mean,
It's
it
you
up.
good
could put
news,
you
it's
could
not
put a
bad news.
disclaimer too on it. You know, this is
Yeah,
this is
that's
you
the
know,
other thing.
Like, if
is that
this was, hey,
it's
we're,
good news about Xbox. That's why we're talking about it.
yeah,
It,
It's
it doesn't
just
get
crazy.
it doesn't get clicks.
Well, what the other news where that guy, I don't know what his name, I'm sure you guys know, where he said that PS4 nailed it. The Unity guy, you know, that's the big news trending.
John Riccatello, former
Nailed
EA,
what exactly?
former EA chief executive, the one who
Which,
run them.
I don't
Instagram
mind him
after they
saying
got
that,
new
but
IPs.
that's the type of stuff that seems to be reported so
Nailed
readily and
what?
so fast, you know.
Well,
Nailed
I mean,
what? All
well,
I hear is he nailed it. What did they nail?
well, the system's been a huge success, so
Yeah.
probably
They fucking
hardware.
marketing,
he said
hardware.
they fucking nailed it.
Yeah, they nailed it.
He fucking nailed it.
which
Well,
which they did. I mean,
They did.
literally
They made all the right
Yeah.
decisions.
and they literally took everything that Microsoft did and did tops upside down. I mean, I would agree that
I
they
have no
nailed it.
problem with what he said, but I just think that it's like crazy how that you know they push that out so fast, and then something like that. You know, it's like I don't know. Maybe I am a conspiracy theorist, like somebody told me, but just seems like there's just really it's this real agenda out there, maybe, or they just push everything. You know, they prop up the Sony news and Xbox.
I've only been saying this for like a year and a half. That there's a huge
Well, I agree with
bias
you.
versus Xbox.
There really is a huge bias, though, in my opinion.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but if you look at, I mean, all the media that you're obviously looking at, and obviously a lot of what I'm looking at is from the American side, and a lot of that last generation was pro Microsoft because Microsoft made all the right moves and Sony didn't.
It's true.
So this generation, when Sony make all the right moves and Microsoft don't,
Yeah, but Microsoft
you've got
really
you've
made
got
one
exactly the
bad
same
move.
thing.
Microsoft really did one bad move, and that was announcing DRM at E3.
I think it's just a sign
maybe-
of the industry leader, you know?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it's. I mean, even when
I understand
Nintendo-
that, but it just seems like it's just like you know, it just seems like it's really. I remember last gen, and I don't remember it being this extreme. You know.
But even when Nintendo was selling all those Wii's, Wii was not quite covered like the Xbox
Yeah,
360 was,
exactly.
because that was the HD, console that's going places, and they had all these great games. And I think it there was probably a bit of a long tail off between sort of moving over from sort of Xbox coverage to PlayStation, but partly because also the same people who are, gamers themselves also didn't really give a shit about Kinect, whereas they did give a shit about The Last of Us and stuff, some of the stuff Sony were doing. So I just
I
think it's an
understand what you're
extension of
saying,
that.
and I know a lot of people say that, and they also say that about NeoGAF, which is a big influential
Well,
site.
no, NeoGAF's different.
But in regards to that, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. It's just whatever. It's just I think it's just way too much. This is what I want to say. Like with the Gamescom, with the Gamescom, as far as Sony not deciding to go into Paris, if I really believe if that was Microsoft that did something like that, that would be there would be all
Well,
this
there would have been an uproar
sharpshooting.
about it. Yeah.
There'd be an uproar, and I'm just sick of that. Like it's 2 years now. They did fuck up in the beginning. They didn't make
admitted
the
to
great. They admitted to it.
Sony hasn't said, "Oh, we fucked up the PlayStation 3."
Yeah, but it's gonna be like this for a couple more years for Microsoft, probably.
I don't have to like it. I can tell you that, and I can speak up against it because to me it's completely bullshit. I just like I said,
Bias aside, it's not good. It's not a good state of the industry.
I agree. I mean, why just maybe we can just kind of get like a little happy medium where the Gamescom thing is brushed under the carpet for Sony and say, oh, you could easily, if you want, the media, if they want to push a negative agenda against that on Sony, they could. But if it was Microsoft, Vern, that would be
Oh, absolutely, it would have been huge.
be a shit show.
But
Yeah,
the
because-
And Phil
Gamescom
would
thing,
be apologizing for it.
but the Gamescom thing isn't a big deal because, for a start, the problem with not having a Gamescom conference is what Microsoft did. Microsoft had the 2006 Gamescom conference where they announced FIFA and PES would be full editions on Xbox, blah, 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 and then sort of stumbled along for a bit, and then they didn't turn up to Gamescom, or Leipzig as it was, and then Gamescom for years. Then they started going, but it was a bit of a half-assed thing, and Sony have always been there. Sony are going to be at Gamescom this year. They just don't have a press conference, and I'm pretty sure the press conference is not even organised by the Gamescom people. It's a separate event that Sony do, but it's called a Gamescom conference because, like E3, that's the event that it's based around. The reason why Sony aren't being slated for it is because they said, "Hey guys, we're not at Gamescom, but we are at Paris Games Week." So they haven't.
in October,
which happens to be Halo 5's launch.
Well,
around there. Yeah.
It's the day of.
But
It could be.
But what Microsoft did when they didn't go to Gamescom was they didn't say, we're not going to have a Gamescom conference, we're going to have another conference elsewhere. They stopped doing the XO events, they stopped doing Gamescom, and all they had during the year was E3. Whereas Sony aren't getting slated because they're saying, we're not doing Gamescom, we're doing Paris. And that's the difference. Sony
Well, do you
aren't going to
think
be at
that
Gamescom.
could this be an opportunity for Microsoft to, really take the spotlight in Germany at Gamescom?
Absolutely.
No.
It's not.
Why not?
No, but didn't Phil Spencer already confirm that he was planning Gamescom and E3 at the same time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
said he's
asked him on
splitting the
Twitter.
games up too.
Yeah, I asked him on Twitter if he was splitting the announcements up between E3
said yes.
and Gamescom, and he said sure. He said yes, and he mentioned that that they're holding a conference. So
Having a conference in the market doesn't garner an audience attraction. It just
but
means
no
you
one
have a
else
conference.
is out of the big
it's
companies.
a good opportunity for them to.
It is an
bit of a
opportunity.
To do
splash,
what?
yes, to get some good
To make announcements.
To make
have a lot
announcements
of
because
announcements.
you
Okay,
gotta,
so they're gonna make announcements like they would any other year.
no,
In
but
Europe,
they're
nobody
literally
else
going
is
to
making
focus on the
announcements.
European market because right now they could really use the European market.
They
But
need a little
it's still an it's not.
no one's going to be
necessarily-
covering Sony during that
It's not-
time.
It's not so much that it's an opportunity to best Sony. It's just an opportunity for Microsoft to come out, have a really good show, and get people saying, "Hey, that's pretty cool."
And not have someone saying, "Oh, but look what Sony showed," because they're not showing anything. I mean, they're going to have things on the floor, but they're not making announcements. They're not showing stuff on a big screen, in front of people. So
Yeah, it's a good opportunity, whichever way you look at it, for Microsoft to have a good show. Because last year they showed that they wanted a show, but they didn't quite have the content to make a good show. Whereas this year it seems that they are specifically planning for it to be a good show, and I think it's a good opportunity for them to just get some good press, get some good, get some good feeling about it, in Europe. where
Mhm.
they're not doing so well.
Hey guys, we
Yeah.
just got butt sexed.
Did we?
Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. I had the butt sex again. Just wrote in chat. Surprise, you got butt sexed. So
Uh-huh.
thanks.
Thank
That's
you.
Thanks.
awesome.
I had the
That's
butt sex again.
fantastic. I really give a shit. I mean, well, is that the last thing we're going to talk about? Or because I have a couple of news stories that we didn't really discuss. We could chat about.
Yeah, yeah. What do you want to talk
So,
about?
Rockstar is as you'd imagine, they're adding more content to all the versions of Grand Theft Auto 5, and they're adding the video editor to the Xbox One version of Grand Theft Auto 5, as well as other content and like the ability to like another radio station. But they're adding the video editor, so that's pretty cool because that shit usually doesn't exist on a console. So, does that mean anything? Do you guys like give a shit about Grand Theft
No,
Auto enough for that to
I
matter?
did. I just actually just was. I was going to say that I was just started playing GT5 on Xbox One, and I was pretty impressed with it. I was pretty impressed. I had it on 360, but it is definitely a much better looking game, or at least I was pleasantly surprised. So, I'm interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good. The rest of it's not much.
And what was the other news?
So it's two more, both crowdfunding related. The first one is Ukulele, the Platonic Kickstarted game. It's one of the
Yeah, that's a
fastest
good
Kickstarter
subject.
things in the world. It got £1 million in what is
Crazy
it,
time.
a day, which is
Yeah.
1.6 million US dollars.
Yeah, it's getting pretty close to the 1.5 stretch goal right now.
So that means it's going to be simul-launched when it's done on PC, Mac, Linux, Xbox
Yeah.
One, PS4, and Wii U, because attachment to where it was from. And I guess if they can put it in a place where they can sell copies, they're going to put it in a place where they can sell copies. So that's pretty cool. It's a bunch of former Rare people that left at different phases of Rare's life. Not everyone left Rare once Microsoft was
It's like 6 of
purchased
them
them.
or something.
It's
Yeah.
like 7, 8, something like that. But they're having David Weiss and all the people that compose all classic Rare music back and everything. So people are really ecstatic about that. I never played a Banjo-Kazooie game, so I really don't care that much. But the people who do, it's awesome.
I guess it shows that a banjo could definitely be a popular
Release.
release. Yeah, I was surprised that it was so. They got that type of results. I mean, I'm sure that the Microsoft noticed that.
I mean, they specifically said on the Nintendo consoles, on the Wii U, we're going to try to have some sort of Donkey Kong content. On Xbox, we're going to try to have some sort of Banjo-Kazooie content. So they want to do it too. The other thing is that this is what Kickstarter is good at. It's showing that people want to pay for this sort of stuff, and it can help set trends for what gets made. Right after Faster Than Light came out, we saw an explosion of roguelike games. And if this means we see a lot of 3D platformers come back that are collectathons, that means we see 3D platformers potentially come back. But it all depends on who does it and where they do it.
But
Because
smaller budgets, probably.
with
Yeah.
smaller budgets, because this is like a $20 game, but it's probably going to be the same length as Banjo-Kazooie and all those other games were.
They're planning on making it the same team size as Banjo-Kazooie was.
It's just that the graphical quality of the assets are going to be a lot higher.
Well, yeah.
That's about it. But so that's cool to see. And we'll see what it's like in 2 years. Let's be realistic here. It's not going to be anytime soon. But the other crowdfunding thing I want to talk about was the Killer Instinct Community Competitive Fund.
That's great
in
news.
3 days they raised $100,000 to give to competitive Killer Instinct tournaments. And it's still going on, but they haven't said what they're going to do with the extra money. So the people who don't know what this is, they said that on the release of the Days Cinder, so April 30th, anything that you purchased for the game, which included the new Shadow Jago bundle, which was the first time he was able to purchase ever outside of the Day 1 gold cards, if for a span of 2 weeks, any profits they get, they'll put back into the tournament scene, which, in theory, helps sell the game more. but we're kind of waiting to see what they say about the rest of it, because they said $100,000 is what we want to give Shadow Jago his own moveset, which is the ultimate like the stretch goal. We want to see if they're going to do any more. I want to see if they're going to go at 150, we do this. At 200, we do this.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't said much otherwise, but in 3 days, a relatively small gaming community raised, $100,000, and that's great. That's a really good sign. So, yeah, those are the 3 stories I really wanted to talk about. Were the ones that I thought that were worth mentioning.
Are you still talking?
Yes.
I zoned out.
Fine.
I was really when I looked at this Killer Instinct thing, $100,000. I was like, they were going to make $100,000 in like 2 weeks, and then they did it in like 3 days. Like I was genuinely like, I know that obviously like fighting games get sort of big sort of hardcore communities, but I was genuinely surprised that they hit it so quickly, or that they actually hit it at all.
Well, the thing is, right? The Shadow Jago bundle is $20. It was the Shadow Jago character skin, which will become the character when he's done, and then 7,500 Killer Instinct Gold, which you use to purchase costumes and skins. That was $20, right? But $100,000. How many times do you have to purchase $20 worth of stuff to get $100,000? That's 5,000 times. That's not a lot, relatively speaking. That's a pretty small number.
Yeah.
So it was entirely reasonable. There were people like you, Steve, who thought, no, there's no way they're going to do this in 2 weeks, and they crushed it. So I hope tomorrow we get an update on what else they might do with it. So
Just shows people's love for that game.
It's a great game. It really is.
Absolutely.
Playing Mortal Kombat 10, I have to say that I definitely I love Mortal Kombat 10, but Killer Instinct's really it's growing on me. I'm looking forward to the new character who's coming out.
Aria.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 10's it seems like it's got that single player experience done really well,
Yeah.
But Killer Instinct it feels so fresh and new, I think.
It does,
That's what it is.
definitely. I mean, like Mortal Kombat 10 is, I would say, put it this way, going into Mortal Kombat 10, I thought it would be crushing Killer Instinct, but it really isn't. Like I said, I find myself playing Mortal Kombat 10 because I have been playing it. I've been playing the story mode and towers and stuff, but Killer Instinct is really, really coming along well. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next character. I'm looking forward to Season 3. There's no doubt about it that I'm getting that day one. I'm getting the pack.
They do a good job at making it feel like a community-driven game, and like almost like an indie game, instead of just a big AAA title that they release every couple of years.
I like the speed of it, too.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that Mortal Kombat X is really just the next Mortal Kombat. Killer Instinct was a brand new game. Yeah. They had like the basis of like, we got to have the combo system. Otherwise, they could go, let's do what we want.
The combo system's so different anyway.
Yeah, and that's the other big thing, is that it's not dial a combo, or it's not just hit buttons and hopefully you get a combo like Street Fighter, where there
improvise.
It's more improvisational. Gosh, what was I gonna say? Shoot.
Cinder's the next guy, right? The fire guy?
Cinder came out already.
Just came out.
But he's out for the. Have you played him?
He's out for everyone now.
Yeah.
Is he out for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be playing that tonight.
He was early access for like a week, and then
for Ultra owners.
Yeah, I didn't buy the Ultra.
His music is great too.
It looks like he's super powerful.
The thing about him, though, is that he's not that strong unless you work with potential damage. That's sort of his big thing, is he'll burn out your arms or your legs and make you take additional potential damage, which is for people who don't play Killer Instinct. In your health bar, you see this growing portion of your life bar that's white. And if somebody ends a combo within the combo system, that takes away all of that health with the last hit, which is devastating. And Cinder can, with those burnout enders, as well as his Inferno attack and Shadow Inferno, which adds like 20% potential damage just with one attack. So he is a very tricky character, and he's a really mobile character, which, when you consider the last character they put out was very slow, very paced.
I couldn't stand it. I couldn't use her that well.
All right. Well, let's move along. What games are coming out this week? I need to know.
Project Cars.
Project Cars. It's true.
So there's two have literally just come out. Slice Zombies for Kinect, which is a Kinect indie game where you slice zombies.
Wait.
yeah.
It's Fruit Ninja.
Is it like Fruit Ninja?
I believe so. Yeah.
But with zombies.
Yeah.
So are we expecting like 10 million minimum? Or no?
I might get it.
Might have like 1-to-1 sales with the actual Kinect device.
Oh,
On Xbox
yeah.
One.
I'm surprised that Indie Makers is still making Kinect game. That's pretty big news.
I
Yeah.
think you're going to see games before Kinect at E3. They've already said that they plan on to continue to support it, so I'd be shocked if we don't see anything. I'm sorry that I interrupted. Go.
Sorry. Ultratron has just come out, which is from Curve Digital. I must admit, I don't know too much about the game.
Garbage.
It
Thanks,
looked,
Tim.
it looks quite fun. Looks
Let's
quite
be
fun
honest.
from what I saw a while ago, but I don't know. Some of their games are a bit sort of hit and miss for me. Air Mech Arena is out on the 12th, which is the same day as
free to
Project
play.
Cars. Yeah, which is free to play from Ubisoft. And then next Friday, the Wolfenstein's out. The Old Blood on disc.
Yeah, but it's out
Retail,
on digital already. Yeah,
Yeah,
people are
It'll be
loving it.
available retail.
I do want to get in the order when I get a chance because the game seems right up my alley. So yeah, Bethesda's E3 conference. Come on, let's go.
There was the leak today that said that they're going to have a 30-minute Fallout 4 section, and that it's no longer going to be released in 2015.
Probably a good
Hey.
idea.
If it comes out, I'll be happy. Who am I kidding?
I think it's a good idea if they're holding it from this holiday season. This holiday's stacked.
It's fucking stacked.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
far, at least on
I
the,
think
at
it
least on
is.
the Xbox end.
On the Xbox and third party. I mean, it's third party's going to have all your regular stuff.
You're
that
going to have COD,
expecting, so-
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
You're going
yeah.
to have that shit. But then
Your Battlefront's
Xbox,
going to be big.
Xbox, you got Tomb Raider, Forza, Halo, Gears of War, all in one fucking
Yeah.
season.
Couple months
So-
out.
Battletoads.
and yes, I know it's not a full Gears of War, but it's still Gears, Halo, Forza, Tomb Raider.
Big.
all-
And then I mean, shit. Even September's pretty crazy. First week is Metal Gear and
Mad Max.
yeah.
Mad
And you're
Max.
probably going to get Joe Montana. I don't know.
Is Just Cause this year too?
no.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Jesus,
Yeah, I
they're
think it
releasing 2 games in the same year.
They're
Avalanche,
releasing,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
releasing two very similar games in
Yeah.
the space of 3 months.
Different publishers though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Square
reckon-
Enix and WB, right?
Well, WB
I-
owns the Max license, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So I got to
Yeah,
work through them.
I feel pretty good about Just Cause getting delayed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Better off,
I would agree.
yeah.
I would agree. This Mad Max that game looks so great. There was a trailer.
And there's going to be other stuff that's announced and released too. I mean, what this Joe Montana game might happen?
Yeah,
you
Joe
know,
I
Well,
doubt it. I
Well,
doubt
if that
it.
happens, that it'll be July or August.
Sony might have a couple announcements
Sony has
for
to
games
have
that are coming out this
They
year.
have to. They have
Yeah.
to.
You have
Else,
to.
or else finally
Yeah.
people realize there's nothing to get a PS4 for.
Yeah, rumor is that it's a couple.
Look,
so
I thought it was funny because there was a troll thread on Gaff, and people will say it's not a troll thread, but that I just bought a PS4. What exclusive should I buy?
Yeah,
That was
that's
a
really
funny thread because it was like, well, we got these 3
Bloodborne.
games.
That's what everyone said was Bloodborne.
Bloodborne,
Yeah.
and it was funny to see people list the order because it was just like, dude, just go away. Just
Rent that
Give
keep
one.
up.
walking.
Give up.
That's
But,
don't push that game on that man. Bloodborne. That's
And then Nintendo's got Star Fox. That's their
Yeah.
big title probably for the holidays. So there's a lot of stuff. There is
That
a
and
lot of
Mario
stuff.
Maker.
yeah.
Yeah, Mario Maker's coming too. Yeah.
And with Splatoon, whatever the
Splatoon.
Splatoon.
Oh, what about Xenoblade Chronicles?
I think it's coming out really soon, actually.
I-
Maybe it is later this year.
It was
Can't
supposed to be
remember.
this year. Well, they just released the 3DS version of the original, so
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any other releases, or should we move on?
I believe that is all.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, let's talk about what we've been playing. I'm gonna go first because I've played something again because it got patched, Vern.
What did you play?
I
That
played
got patched.
Neverwinter again for about 20 seconds.
Like,
'Cause
I'm done.
I
I'm
had
done.
I had to know. I had to know. Did they fix the frame rate? You know, they said they improved it, and they did improve it. All right, it does. It does suck, Vern. Still not good. But if me and you played it at this state originally, I think we would have gave it more leeway.
Yeah.
But when the big dude on the fucking mount ran by me, my frame rate fucking dropped.
Tanked
And
again.
when he
Yeah.
got past me, the frame rate went back up. So, and I mean, there was nobody else fucking around except for this big dude on a mount. And it made my frame rate drop.
Mm-hmm.
So, but other than that, like it feels like it's like 28 frames per second now. Like it's maybe it's 30, maybe.
Sometimes.
So,
Or should we say it's 30 frames per second a lot of the time?
well, I don't know. I'd
No,
have to put a frame
that's
counter on it. I have
That's
no
a
idea.
shout out to the Guerrilla Games joke.
Yeah, I
It's
think
60
that's
frames per second a lot of the time.
just a lot of the time. But
It feels
yeah,
like it.
it's the frame rate's better.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So now it's like Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah. No, I think it actually has better frame rate now than Assassin's Creed does.
Oh, that's good then. That was playable?
No, but Assassin's Creed was pretty fucking awful.
It's playable though.
It's pretty fucking awful.
Eventually.
But
And they're announcing the new one next week as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we already said that, didn't we? My
Yeah, we
bad.
talked about it.
all right, so I played that. I played more of The Last of Us, which was
Yeah.
awesome. I've been enjoying that. I know people have been watching my live stream on that one. I played more Minecraft. I definitely put in probably another 15 hours in that game building roads that lead nowhere. They're just I literally just went, you know what? I need more roads, and I have nowhere to build to. See, well, I did have one place. I built a giant hole, and I've been very proud of this giant hole, but there was no way to get there. It was just like, hey, just keep flying that way, and you'll see a giant hole. You'll see a sphincter in the water. And everybody was
Nice.
like, oh, that's what it is? And I was like, yeah, it's just keep going that way, you'll see it. Now I got a roadway that leads straight to it, and it just keeps going and going, and it's all interconnected and awesome. And now I got to start building stuff on the road. And then I figure eventually I'm going to make a road to Canada. It's going to be great. It's going to be a single road that just stretches across the whole map. But other than that, I did like how they patched Minecraft, where I had done videos where I showed off my map, where I had them all in on a wall so that you could see each section. But they actually upgraded Minecraft, so when you put a map in the holder, it takes up the whole tile. So now you have this nice, gorgeous view of my map instead of this like kind of jigsaw puzzled version of it. But it was nice to have that update on Minecraft to do that. But other than that, what else have I played? I know I played something else. What did
We
we
played
play
some
on
NBA
Monday?
Live.
Yeah, we played NBA Live. That was okay. We just shot 3-point shots and got yelled at about how awful we were.
Was it that good?
Oh, no, it wasn't that good. It was just good because we were that bad. Well, I was that bad.
We were entertaining.
Yeah. It was literally, maybe y'all should try not to shoot threes, and I started and then just...
I stopped shooting threes, and then that's when I went up like 20
Yeah.
points on you real fast. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no, fuck this. I'm just going to keep shooting threes. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think, did I talk about State of Decay?
No, you did play some of that too.
I
Though.
played a lot of State of Decay. It's good. I don't see all the fuss about the frame rate that some people were making out to be. I kind of feel I'm with Steve on this one. There are frame rate chugs. It does happen. I don't think anybody will fucking lie about it or anything like that, but it's not, oh, this game's just as awful as when it was on the 360. You don't remember how bad the chugs were on 360, first of all. And second of all, that game's still a lot of fucking fun. It holds up very well.
They are looking into the frame rate, apparently.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Um,
I thought they were just going to fuck us in the butt and leave us to die.
It's always a possibility.
I will say I'm still pretty sure that that first title update that was like the Tuesday before it came out made it worse. But I mean, it's yeah, as I said, it's not all bad all the time. It's worse in some places than others. Most of the time, I do think it's fine. You know, it's still a fantastic game.
It's worse in weird places, though. Like, everybody says, oh, it's going into a town. It's never going into a town for me. I'll be going down a weird fucking street and the frame rate will drop.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like
when I'm in the middle of a busy town, it's like, no, it's okay. But down this weird fucking road where there should be nothing, it just chugs. And I don't know why.
yeah. I'm hoping that their next game is, well, first of all, I'm hoping it's not on the at least the same version of CryEngine, but I'm hoping that their next that Microsoft will actually give them the budget that they actually need this time. Yeah, I don't think that they actually had any particularly high hopes for it, and then when it sold like 1 million copies in like 2 months, they're like, what the fuck? So, but no, it's good. I played that bit this week as well. It eventually just reminded me I need to go and check on my breakdown community. They're probably be bloody dead now.
Well, if you got a garden, you should be okay.
I do not have a garden.
Well, you're fucked. So,
Well, no, but the reason why I don't get gardens is because I load them up with so much bloody food that they then say to me, "Stop bringing food. We have too much food."
You own the warehouse, right? Like, you went to the warehouse?
Yeah, but then you keep getting these messages like, "Oh, all the food's gone off," and you lose like 10 food.
Like, I don't have, like, I don't know. I stack up with so much resources when I leave. By the end of the time I leave, and I have a garden and everything else, I can leave my game and be pretty happy with where it's left off at. Like, it doesn't affect me too much.
Yeah. Perhaps I'll check it after this and see what the damage is.
Yeah,
Hopefully not too bad.
it's kind of a cool concept for a game to do that. But yeah, that's all I've really been playing. That's it. Lots of Minecraft, and I know I'll just throw it out there. I ended up pre-ordering
Witcher.
The Witcher, so, and I'll probably end up getting Project Cars. I'm not sure yet.
You got that wheel, man.
Yeah, I don't play Project Cars, so it's up to Jason to buy that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those. He's more of a racing fan. We built the wheel for him, so. But that's another thing I should bring up real quick is Jason's working overnights now, and that's why he hasn't really been on the show in the last couple of weeks. We're still trying to figure out how to get it up.
Is he sweeping right now?
Yeah, no, he's probably headed to work right now.
Oh.
10 to 7,
Yeah.
overnights, so.
Yeah, I've done that, man. That's rough.
Yep. So that's why he hasn't been on the show, if you've been missing him. Trust me, I have. I don't feel like fucking editing. So, that's, just to throw it out there, that's what's going on. So, Vern, what have you been playing? Since we've kind of played a lot of the similar games.
Only played NBA Live. I haven't touched State of Decay. I don't know, for some reason I just don't want to play it. I see Maria playing it all the time, and she's having a great time with it. But
has she killed all her characters again?
No.
Okay.
But kind of the same. The person who likes Minecraft will like State of Decay. Those people who like sandboxes, you know what I mean? That's
Well,
what
those 7-year-old kids who like permadeath.
Not kids, but it's a similar kind of thing, I find, because it's a big playground sandbox, in the same fashion. And I've never been a fan of games like that, so I can appreciate what it is. I see Maria play it, I'm like, whoa, this is really cool. I think I'd play it more if it were multiplayer, because then I'd be playing with you guys and having a good time, and there'd be some kind of progression that I'd really enjoy if it were like an MMO or something. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'd give it a lot more time if it were multiplayer. But I appreciate what it is, and Maria's having a great time with it, so I don't feel like I wasted my money buying it. But I just haven't given it a lot of time. I may eventually. I can't guarantee I will though. Let's see. We play NBA Live.
Like, that game gives the reason I think the Minecraft analogy works, because a lot of people are going to be like, "What the fuck is Vern talking about?" Minecraft gives you stories that you can talk about. It's like I walked down this cave and this shit went down and all this crazy shit happened and
Hey, look, I got it on video. Check it
and
out. Yeah.
yeah, and this game does that because you'll just be like,
hmm
fucking, I went into this house and like fucking 20 zombies started fucking reaming me nonstop, and I just had to keep running. And then I got in a car and started beeping the horn, and then they ripped my body apart, and then
Yeah.
I started the game over. Like you get those stories, and it's awesome.
But besides that, I did put a lot of time into Shovel Knight, which
Yes.
I absolutely adore. I played it a little on Wii U and then just never got back to it. I only played like maybe like the first level or something like that, whatever the first night is.
Or
And
Dark Knight,
then
whatever he is.
yeah, the red guy, black and red guy, whatever. But and then I just kind of put it down. And because of the whole Battletoads thing, and Maria ended up wanting to play it, so we got that, and I got pretty addicted. I'm about halfway through. I finished the first four bosses, but I've done a lot of the side content along the way too, and I completed the Battletoads portion, and that's a good game, man.
It's great. I love it.
If you
Sort of.
like if you're especially if you're an old school gamer and you like Mega Man, you like Castlevania, and you like DuckTales, and you like the second Zelda game, actually, there's a lot of similarities in the way the knights are scripted as far as how they block things, because they'll raise the shields on top of their head and put them in front of them, so you kind of have to play with an up and down thing like you did in Zelda 2. But there's a lot of similarities to tons of old Nintendo games. It's seriously, it's one of the most Nintendo feeling games that's come out in a long time. Um,
Kickstarted for a reason.
yeah, yeah. The music's great. The music's absolutely great. If you love the
Yes.
Mega Man
Yes.
soundtracks, that's right up your alley. I think a Mega Man composer did like two of the tracks, and then they had someone else do the rest. But that's a solid game, and I'm pretty excited to get back to it. And I really enjoyed the Battletoads content. It was really fun. It like Steve was saying, it wasn't like the Kratos battle where it's just like a three-stage battle or something. This is pretty pretty big as far as the amount of content it is. It's what, like three portions. You have a section where you're being lowered and hanging from a whatever kind of, what do you call it, like a zip line or something like that. You have that section, and then you have the race section, which is from the old Battletoads games, and then the third section you fight one of the bosses. And all three of the Battletoads make appearances, as well as some other characters. And what's cool is when you finish it, you get the green armor, which gives you a double dash, and it also changes the way your shovel works when you do like a downward thrust. Um, and besides that, you can also talk to one of the Battletoads and replay the first racer sequence from the original NES game. So, and that was it's just as hard.
They
But
they they really went other way to recreate
yeah.
the feel of Battletoads.
Well, it's the exact sequence though. Not the story part, but when you go back after you finished all the stuff and do the optional part, it is the exact same course as the original NES game from the first one. So it was really cool to get to play that. But it controls better, and you don't feel as frustrated because you get more attempts, you know. But yeah, I like it a lot. And that's pretty much all I've been playing. But if you have any desire to play an old school game, definitely download Shovel Knight. I hear the new game plus mode's really good too, so I'll probably give that a whirl once I'm done playing the game.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Michael, what have you been playing?
Like Vern, I've been playing a little bit of Shovel Knight here and there. I don't think I love it as much as you do, Vern, because I didn't grow up playing those games.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some things they did which kind of confused me. Like, why is there
Like,
not a separate button from using magic?
Well, because
example.
you grew up in a broken generation.
you had two buttons.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, you had
that-
B and
that-
A.
That was the reason for doing it. And it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just annoying as shit.
Yeah, but
It's
That's-
going after us, not you.
yeah.
And I guess
And
the
that
other
was
thing
something that was in Castlevania. Whenever you use special moves in Castlevania, you would press up and B. You
Yeah.
know, so and they even some of the weapons are very similar to Castlevania. Like the flames you shoot are very similar to the daggers in Castlevania. And then there's also I'm not sure what it's called in Shovel Knight, but it's a lot like the way the axes work as far as they kind of
Bounce.
Go up. No, go up and down like in a curve. You know. Um,
I think you're having the Chaos Orb.
Yeah, not the Chaos Orb. That's the bouncing one. I'm talking about the one that's like shaped like a curve and then just kind of spins like a hatchet would if you threw it. You
Okay.
know, and that's very similar. So, I don't know if there's any kind of boomerang. Is there something like that later in the game?
I wouldn't know.
Because that would,
I've not gone as far as you. I think my big thing is that I want to use the analog stick
it doesn't work well with the analog at
versus
all.
the D-pad.
Yeah.
Because I'm just more used to analog sticks as the primary control method.
Yeah,
So
I tried to use the analog stick because often I'll use the analog stick instead of the D-pad for games that, you would traditionally use a D-pad. Like for Killer Instinct, before I was using a joystick, I was using the analog instead of the D-pad. But I couldn't use it at all in Shovel Knight. I had to use the D-pad, and once I got used to it, it was fine. It can cramp you up a little because it's not quite as smooth. It's so clicky.
I did the entire thing with the analog stick.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
I mean-
because Steve's the boss. right?
I'm getting used to with the analog stick. So yeah, but
How
otherwise,
far
you
have
know,
you gotten in it?
I cleared I've cleared Dark Knight, King Knight, and Plague Knight. And I did like the little challenge section for the invincibility ring. So
Uh-huh.
I'll be doing fourth night next, I guess.
You ought to get your 5,000 and do that, Chamber of Champions or Hall of Champions, whatever it is. That's the thing that opens up the Battletoads section if you search it.
Right,
So-
right. Yeah, but I mean, Shovel Knight and playing a fair amount of Destiny. I still love Tuesday morning waking up and doing all of the Nightfall and weekly Heroic Strike content, just finding random people and doing it with them and talking to them and seeing how they feel. We have the same woes. Hopefully I get something exotic this week. Hopefully I don't get shards.
So you like the community for Destiny overall?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
We all enjoy it because we all complain about the same things.
Yeah,
So-
I know that feeling.
But it's also like we also enjoy it because we were so inundated to the same stuff that we have that similar emotional
Yeah,
connection.
it's really fun to play a progression game so much that you know all the ins and outs because then you can really have a lot of good conversation with other players who are playing the game, I find. That's what I enjoyed a lot about playing Age of Conan when I got really into that game.
All right, Tim, what have you been playing?
Like I said before, I just started up GT6, which Grand Theft Auto 5.
I was like, wait, what?
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 No, I wish.
You really are an insider.
You could start console wars over that stuff.
I thought he said GT6. I thought he was playing Gran Turismo 6.
Oh,
at least.
yeah, that's what I meant.
No, I've been playing that, and I haven't finished it, so I'm going to try to finish it on Xbox. I had it on 360, and still playing Mortal Kombat. I played a little Dead Rising 3, which, you know what? I never finished that, but that's a good game. I'm really
You should co-op it. That'll get you through it quickly.
yeah, no, I like it.
Tim, we're going to play, and I'm going to give you a bunch of fucking amazing weapons, and we'll beat it
You'll fly
together.
we
right
can
through
drop
it.
the weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like...
'Cause you couldn't do
Rising's
that in
one of the
Dying Light.
few-
I know
Yeah,
that.
Dead Rising you can drop, and when somebody picks it up, they unlock it in their inventory.
Yeah, you two
Wow.
can fly through it in like 4 or 5 hours, probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long.
I'll
for us to beat
definitely
the game.
take you up on that. I think I'm on chapter 2, but I had played that, and I'm playing Mortal Kombat. I pretty much finished. I finished a couple of characters on the tower. I'm playing the story mode, and I'm not really the story mode. It's a little long-winded for me. I mean, it's just I'm always just waiting to fight. So I'm not really digging that as much as I thought I would. I like the towers. Farah, what is his name? Farah.
Ferrotor.
I love him, man. He is a really strong character. I really enjoyed playing with him. I finished him on a first try on a tower. I think it was a second, a live tower, or whatever. But yeah, it's good. And like I said before, makes me want to play Killer Instinct a little bit too. As weird as that might sound. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I've been bantying around with. I still play Forza. I played Fast and the Furious a little. But I'm kind of getting really want to. I got a lot of backlog, but I kind of really want a new game
Look,
right
this
now.
is what you need. You need to go and spend $1,000 on a racing wheel setup. All right, you do that, then you'll
I'm
be
thinking
ready.
about getting Project Racing cars for my PC.
Yeah.
Because I haven't bought anything for this PC, and it's a pretty good PC. I just
I don't blame you. I would get it for PC, honestly.
yeah,
Because with the like,
I heard
it'll be fine on console, but like with the ghosting on PS4 and the 900p on fucking Xbox,
it's not worth it, right?
like it's just fucking go PC and enjoy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that on PC.
Because more than likely, like, but the frame rate issues at this, like, people going, it's so, it's better on PS4 than Xbox One. Yeah, maybe, but if I'm playing a racing game and it goes from 60 to 30, I don't give a fuck what console I'm playing on. That
From
fucking
what I
sucks.
hear,
When it rains and there's a lot of cars on the track.
I hear though, yeah, it's when it rains or when there's a ton of cars on the track. So they're stress testing it to get
So-
these frame rates. So most of the
so
time
when
you're
I'm
probably not
racing-
going to see it. Yeah, for most of the time you're probably not going to see those low frame rates.
No, but who's
It's
going to
be
go, I just want 5 cars on the track?
Right.
Like, I'm going to always have the cars all the way up
Yeah.
maxed.
Yeah,
And since
But-
the weather happens automatically, and it's
Right.
like, so yeah, you will go from 60 to 30. Like, I'm sorry, like neither the
I'm not
console
trying to
versions-
defend it. I'm saying though, with these digital foundry tests, they are trying to
Oh
put
no,
as much
I realize that.
stress testing as possible. So
Well, let me ask you guys a question too. With Dead Rising 3, that game looks different to me than it did at launch. Did they fix the Crush Blacks on that?
no,
No,
no.
I don't know. I just remember it being like I remember you talking about Crush Blacks. Are they
No,
still
they-
there?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
big
they
time.
are there, but they're not as noticeable as they are for the add-on content as they are for the main game.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
because the first DLC that was released for the season pass is like all at night, and it's
Yeah.
super dark.
just-
Yeah.
you're
You
playing-
Well, that
can't see
turned me
shit.
off. Well, the first scene turned me off. Where you're walking through the zombies and and they're in the gates or they're in the fence behind the fence and it's very dark.
Mhm.
You had and you were talking about the crush. I definitely noticed the Crush Blacks. So I was like, I can't see shit.
But trust me,
Yeah.
Crush Blacks don't matter when you got a Mega Man blaster. Because you're just going to blow up every single corner of the game and everything will be dead.
Oh, you're gonna drop the Mega Man? You got it, huh?
Yeah,
It's not
and
that hard.
nobody dropped it for me.
Well, you got to
actually
finish the
got it.
game, right?
Yeah.
For it.
No, you got to finish it
On the hard
hardcore
mode, yeah.
yeah.
It's not that hard. It
No,
really
it's not.
isn't.
It really isn't.
Once you get the ZAR and the split shot, you're good.
Yeah.
Those are like the two best guns in the game. They're so good.
Yeah.
That's like
That
all
is-
I
it-
use.
It is definitely a good game. What do you guys rate that game? What would if you guys gave
That's
it
a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I think it is a solid.
Wow, Vern rated it higher than I did in my head just a second ago.
For a
I
launch
rate-
title?
I would
I mean,
put it-
they're-
I would say that if I were to recommend 5 games for people to get with an Xbox One, to be one of them
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, I was when I initially played it, kind of was turned off by that, and there was a bunch of games, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna dabble with that, and I'm just looking forward to a couple of Witcher 3 is coming out, so I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna give that a roll. I already pre-ordered it, so
Everyone's looking forward to that game. Everyone.
yeah.
Looks,
I didn't like
looks
Witcher
really
2,
good.
but I didn't get into Witcher 2, but I'm hoping that I get into Witcher 3.
I hear you don't have to really play the others to get into this one, that they're trying to make it easy for newcomers to play, so
Yeah.
that's a good
Right.
thing.
All right, Steve. Finish this up, man.
I spent most of the week playing Shadow Warrior on PS4. Um,
Hating Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, so it's like it was an old 3D Realms game, and they've sort of made a new one and stuff, and it's an FPS, but you can also have a sword, and it's got sort of like a Japanese sort of jokey sort of overtone, and it's all sort of cheesy and over the top. I knew what I was getting into, so I wasn't sort of surprised by what it was like. I just was surprised that it was just terrible, really.
Play it on a PC. Those sort of games just don't run well on a console.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the technical performance wasn't great, but the rest of the game, I just don't think it's a very good game at all. you know, I was sort of looking forward. I mean, they're doing the stuff with the swords is pretty good, but like the enemies, you know, like when you get towards the end, like the boss fights, all of them are pretty garbage. Um, and then towards the end, it gets ridiculous. Like they just sort of, oh shit, you know, it's quite a long game anyway, but then they just decide to just constantly keep throwing enemies at you in like these areas. It just seemed like they just wanted to keep it longer. And it's like, you know, and it's got all, you know, there's lots of sort of collectibles and stuff, which was fine. And normally I like sort of upgrade systems, but I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it. I just didn't feel that was much compelling and stuff. And it, you know, it's like the art style is pretty ugly as well. And it, you know, the frame rate's all over the place and it's tearing and stuff, which, I mean, I don't mind sort of a game that doesn't look great if it kind of runs all right, but
I think that's fair to think that way, but like it's definitely intended for a certain audience. You can tell it's for people that enjoy Duke Nukem, Blood, the old Shadow Warrior,
the old school style shooter. If you don't like that, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, but I thought I mean, I always liked sort of Doom and that sort of thing. I tried the old sort of Wolfensteins and I quite liked those. Like I went into it thinking, you know, I knew what I was getting into and I thought I was going to like it. I just felt like, you know, sometimes I can look at a game and just think, hey, maybe it's just me, but I didn't think this one was just me. I just didn't think it was all that good.
There's nothing wrong with that, Steve. That's cool.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time because it's actually quite a long game, so I spent most of the week playing that. I'm on episode 3 of The Walking Dead season 2. It's good, not perhaps quite as good as I thought it was going to be, but you know, I'm midway, so it's obviously going to start ramping up, I think.
It gets pretty exciting toward the end.
Yeah, just wait till you get that last episode. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So played a bit of Forza Horizon 2, a bit of FIFA, a bit of Mad Games Tycoon. As we speak, I've just broken legendary difficulty, in which I literally didn't make a game for the first 15 years. I just made engines and licensed them out. I felt like sort of Crytek or Epic. So, but I've cracked it. So
well, you could have made games and not got any credit for them.
That's true. I could have done that. But yeah, I've started buying subsidiaries now. I bought Naughty Chicken.
I love the names.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's I haven't played too much. I was a bit disappointed actually. I was going to try and finish some other stuff, but never mind.
All right, then I think that's going to do it for the show, people.
Yeah.
Please write us at letters@xboxuncut.com. Visit our what?
Please write us.
Yes, please write us. And we are actually kind of cross-promoting. We're using the rectifygaming.com forums. So please visit rectifygaming.com. It's an awesome website. They do a podcast. It's a great community. I've been talking with the site owner, Tyler. I've been actually helping him set up his OBS so that he can start doing a little bit higher quality streams. And but they're a great group of guys. They've been in chat with us this whole time and following us on the live stream. So appreciate for you guys for tuning in and listening to us ramble.
Check out Steve's website.
Yes, Steve Rules.
Steve Rules.
Hey, is it steverules.com yet, Steve?
Did
you change it over?
Yes, he did.
It will redirect .co.uk.
Well, fuck that website. Screw Steve Rules until he's changes it to .com.
No, I have been looking into it, but when I tried a few things, it literally broke every single link I've got, which is a slight problem. So I just need to do a bit more research and then I will move over if I can.
Yeah, I understand.
America.
Yeah. Getting you over here.
All right.
Tyler, Rectify Gaming. I love those guys.
Yes. Great bunch of guys. Talk about that. Write us at letters@xboxuncut.com.
Mm-hmm.
Write us a letter and you get presents.
And thanks to Chaos Dasher again for that code for Smite.
Yes, thank you so much for that. It's
very
awesome.
nice of you.
Also, please follow us on YouTube and on Twitch.
Subscribe.
And on
And Twitter.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. I don't harass people with it, but iTunes, Facebook, wherever you want, all your social media needs, subscribe to us.
Please.
Please.
Do it, yeah.
It'd be awesome. It makes me feel better. But yeah, we'll talk to y'all tomorrow when we do more Relapse Fridays. I don't know
What's
we're
your
playing.
plan?
I don't know. What the hell did I play last week? Oh no, I do
Play
have a
Crimson
plan.
Skies.
I have
Yeah.
a plan. I almost forgot. We're playing Phantom Dust. That's right, people.
Yeah.
I own
Oh,
Phantom
that's
Dust.
cool.
Dark Side.
I have an original Xbox. Guess what we're playing? We're playing some fucking Phantom Dust. And
Too
I
soon,
know
Tim.
this
Too
is the
soon.
problem.
He
is
said Dark Side.
Yeah.
You asshole.
the problem is it's not really a relapse game because I've never played it, but I think
But it's old.
it's really old, so I think it fits. And,
Yeah, it does.
It's gonna be awesome. Because I was streaming Crimson Skies and it was messing with OBS because it kept anytime I would restart the stream, it would fit the window and then it would just go extremely big and I had to resize it so it would fit. And but it actually came out fairly well. Crimson Skies looked pretty good being recorded. But yes, I can't wait to start playing some Phantom Dust tomorrow. It should be good times.
Sounds good. I give it a view.
Friends.
Maybe
Yeah,
two
I dropped
views.
by your Crimson Skies one for a bit. That was fun.
Oh, I forgot. There's one other thing I've been playing that I wanted to talk about. And I'm totally behind this. And I think you were in the room, Steve. Mech Assault 2, The Lone Wolf.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, such a good game.
It was so fucking amazing to play.
Good. So good.
And I want it back. I need another Mech Assault game. I don't know if I need a $60 Mech Assault game, but I need another Mech Assault game.
So is Mech Warrior Online.
No,
I wonder if that's
not
going
the
to come
same
out
as Mech
for
Assault,
Xbox
though.
One.
No, don't. Please. It's
But
not
I
that
want to
good.
see Mech Assault made by Respawn.
Mac Assault.
Mac Assault? Yeah, made by Apple.
It's just destroying Max. That's a good idea. I like that.
I would play that game.
Yeah, I do it
Days.
too, man. Give me a hammer. Give me a
I'm-
baseball bat.
I'm so excited Mech Warrior Online. I remember the day it was announced, I went and I grabbed my pilot name. I was like one of the first 1,000 pilots or something. God, that was not good. That was not good.
But Mech Assault is one of those key games of Xbox history when
Xbox Live,
Xbox
yeah.
Live turned on and it was just a game
So
changer. It's and I know I'm talking about the second game, but it's just one of those key franchises that I don't want to see disappear. I love Mech Assault. It's such a good game. And it was a lot of fun, even though Crimson Sky's graphics kind of hold up, where it's kind of yeah, I remember this, it looks like what I remember. Mech Assault does not. Mech Assault does not hold up at all. It looks awful. Just it's the idea that they wanted to put you in a person so that you zoomed in even closer to these awful textures is fucking hilarious to me. They are atrocious. But you know what? That game's still a shitload of fun. It's just so much fun. But yes, I want to see more Mech Assault. I just wanted to bring that up. I'm sorry to say it a million times, but Mech Assault, Mech Assault, Mech Assault.
I agree. More mech games,
Assault.
please.
I bet you they do. Well,
Yeah.
one of because they had Mech Warrior, Mech Assault, and wasn't there another one as well?
Well, I don't want Mech
Mech
Warrior.
Commander.
Mech Warrior is its own thing. I love Mech Warrior for what it is, but it is not Mech Assault. Mech Assault's an arcadey.
Yeah, they're all
Jumping
different.
in.
Mech Warrior is a simulation.
Yeah.
Mech Commander is a strategy game,
Yeah.
and then Mech Assault is third person
I just never
action
thought
game.
Mech Warrior worked on fucking console. No.
Okay, you PC elitist.
I'm not a
No.
PC elitist. It's just Mech Warrior was a Look,
It's a
all right,
simulator.
let's be honest. No, I'll put all the cards on the fucking table. I bought Steel Battalion, okay? I had a 60-button fucking controller with 2 giant analog sticks and 3 fucking
Vagina.
And the pedals and shit.
and the pedals and everything else, and it was fucking amazing. And it cost exactly the same price as
An Xbox.
an Xbox. And it was fucking amazing, okay? And yes, just to throw it out there, Chaos Dash, Microsoft does own the Mech Assault. Well, they own all the Mech IPs, don't they?
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
license
Oh,
them
hold
out.
on. Somebody had asked him about it, and he wasn't.
Yeah, they bought FAFSA, and then closed them down, but they kept
Yeah.
all the IPs.
Yeah. So they own it. They just let people.
They don't
do
like
their
it.
thing.
I don't know whether they have, because they're all based around like BattleTech, aren't they?
asked him. Somebody had asked him, and I think he said. they're not
Oh,
looking into
maybe they
it.
do have issues with BattleTech. We'll have to read about that.
But I'm pretty sure they do own the game IP, so I'm sure they could probably do it if they wanted to.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. They wouldn't have a hard time getting away with it.
Hopefully.
But Mech Assault motherfuckers, I want to play more.
Yep.
But yeah, that's going to be it for the show this week, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please follow us on Twitter. Please do everything you can to help us.
Job.
But we will catch you next week. Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Nice.
So,
Goodbye.